cheer. I'm gonna let me set everything up. Um, shift. All right, so I'm about to go over. So yeah, I was on this show today. Shout out to No Mercy. I was on Chop This Fable. So I wanted to watch the show with you guys because the conversation it went left. And the reason why, if you read my post, anybody who read my post just now, I said fake debate because oftentimes we think that we're engaging in debate, but today, like, we're not even debating the same topic. That's why I said it was a fake debate because, I know that I'm not, it's not about me being right, or I know there are times where I was invalid, and I also well, we're gonna watch and see. But I want to just say this. I want to preface this before I start. First, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Are the levels good? Let me also tap in where y'all are. Um, so here's the thing. Oh, good looking. Thanks. Um, so all right, I'm gonna pull it up. But just now when I went to go pull it up, I see that No Mercy did his own interpretation of it. And I know this might be for like, because I want to just say this. I know I'm not getting it out, but let me share the screen. I see he did his own thing on it, so I want to kind of like look at that as well. Well, maybe I'll look at that after the fact. Because his title says Battle Rap Trap and Boss Chagrin have a heated debate. But honestly, right, I want to just give y'all some tidbits. You remember I made a post like a couple of months ago where I said Battle Rap Trap blocked me because I said he doesn't have journalistic integrity, right? So it's just amazing to me that we had a respectful exchange. Actually, it was not really heated between me and him on their show today, and I want I really want y'all to pay attention because I really tried to end the conversation after Battle Rap Trap conceded today on the show. I want to see if I'm wrong. He distinctly said, I am not a journalist, so I do not have to adhere to journalistic integrity. Once he said that, to me, conversation was done because I already knew. See, a lot of times I don't understand. I know that I'm speaking, like, I can get the average person's point, but I always try to go beyond that, which is why I always say in my post to do your due diligence, because it kind of like, it gets you beyond an average thinking point. And then it also, when you do your due diligence, you can further stand on a point because you're going beyond what the masses are thinking, right? Because now you have a one up because you know more info. The thing about it is he blocked me on Twitter for saying that, but in this conversation, he admitted to it. And then when I asked him to repeat it, he didn't double down on it. Because I feel like, honestly, overall, I don't engage in a lot of the battle rap media stuff. I never deemed myself battle rap media, right? I'm always included battle rap in from a hip hop standpoint. I was never in that fold. So, um, I lost my train of thought. So, if you don't consider yourself a journalist, then yeah, that's what I wanted you to concede to, because you basically blocked me for calling you out for lacking journalistic integrity on something else. But in the conversation, because I realized that respectfully, a lot of people, like people just hopping in this media space, this podcasting space, whatever you want to call it, but no one's doing their due diligence what as far as how to succeed in the space or how to be credible. I get it. That's why I say that people are getting podcasts. I don't subscribe to it because everyone is just giving their opinion. It's opinionism and not enough journalism. But journalism is the root, is the core of the media space. Like, even when I brought that up in today's conversation, one of the hosts was like, no, journalism is writing. Like, I'm like, it's writing. There are different forms, but the core of it is adhering to certain parameters with regard to how you cover whatever you're covering. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let me just get to the freaking video. Hold on. Because I feel like I'm rambling. And that's what they were saying. They said I was talking in circles today and all this stuff. So what I want to do is pull this up first. Nah. Or maybe they changed the title. All right. They changed it. Oh, he changed the title. You funny, No Mercy. You are a funny guy. Okay. Yeah, he changed the title. All right, cool. Share screen. All right. So let me comb through some of this.
I got a lot. I know it's like it's hard to speak about it without speaking about it. So that's why, like, because of what we talked about, I guess isn't real known. So I mean, it's just some things look crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Some things look wild, and I need to understand why it's looking wild. So I got to get the understanding. Mercy gets mentioned in the thing, so I'm thinking that it's like, well, why are they saying that they're calling you? Why would they be talking to you about this?
And then you jump in the chat with that dumbass clip with no context. I'm like, yo, what is Slap talking about?
Because if it's true, you're already talking about.
I should have had it queued, but
you got some explaining to do. This is exactly what I said because I want to make sure that they ain't no like you sitting there talking to them or don't be like, oh, let's just kill him because he said some bad things. No, I need the whole thing. I need the whole.
Oh, right. I'm on now.
Hold on. Honest. Come here and tell me what you're talking about. I hate the going back and forth in the chat because then we're waiting for a response, and then then we say something else, and then you answer that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
never gonna slander Boss Chick Rain. She's a legend. No one's slandering, dog.
Oh, see, I
didn't. Yeah, definitely not compromised.
Yeah. So you said.
Question from Jay-Z.
Oh no, I haven't watched it in a while.
What? Look, Dory be doing that, right? But I just got an inbox from Caps. He said, "Tell Rain to name them."
That's what I said about 5 minutes.
Okay, so here's some context. Sorry if I lost y'all. So they were talking about compromised media. I was trying to get to that part, right? Now, let me read. I should just try to read what I wrote. Sorry for this. Hold on. I should have had hold on. So they were talking about compromised media, and I said that what I said wrong, which I recanted several times on this show, which is why I want to watch it with you, is I said top 5, right? I didn't say any names. So he was holding me to the top 5. When I did say names in the chat. I said Black Compass Media, Let's Talk Battle Rap, and Battle Rap Trap, right? I said smaller platforms that have leverage. And I get what he was doing. He was trying to hold me to showing specifically how they were compromised. So an example I gave is that ARP, remember ARP did a blog and he called out Battle Rap Media for what? For being compromised. Somehow they spun that whole thing. So I'm gonna let y'all be the judge. 1 second.
Minutes ago, I ain't hear not one. That's what I want to know too. Because we can go back and forth. Because I look at it, media and blog. If you're saying that they're separate when they could be one and the same, which is the same, like they could be one and the same. Yeah, but Black Compass Media and LTBR. I mean,
they're two different styles of media.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, so
and if we're talking,
they are responding to what I'm saying in the chat, right? But you see how to peep game. Are y'all seeing how he's literally? You can't see it because you can't see what I'm writing, but he's not really processing what I'm saying. He's just automatically in defense mode, like. Which is why I was not saying names, because I know this game. Once you say a name, they're gonna now you gotta break it down, right? So you see automatically, they didn't hear my points, they didn't hear me back, nothing, but they're saying how.
You said top 5 media is compromised, and then you said smaller. I said Caps is, I would say top 5. And he is not compromised, in my opinion. That's what I said. And then you pivoted to the smaller leagues.
So he's right.
Battle Rap Trap.
He's right. Which, again, that is journalistic integrity, right? Because when he called me on it, I realized that I spoke too soon in the chat, right? Because I didn't give a top 5. I didn't give a top 5. I guess everyone has different top 5s. So I wasn't including Hip Hop is Real or 15 Minutes of Fame or even Angry Fan. And then they asked me about Angry Fan. I don't think Angry Fan is compromised per se, but I said that I do feel like he picks and chooses with certain things. That's what I said. But I wasn't referring to them. So I was wrong. You feel me? So when I got on, I said that. I said I should not have said that. But this is why we got into a heated argument, because he kept going back to that, even though I already conceded to being incorrect. If y'all follow me.
Trap is definitely media.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would not call him compromised though.
You don't have to be outside to be media. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That. I don't think you have
because I feel like as long as you're covering the culture in general, like you're doing interviews, you're getting the movers and shakers on to discuss the culture shit, then I think at that point you're considered media.
I wouldn't.
We know academics don't go outside. He's still considered media.
I did say that. When did I say that Boss or that Battle Rap Trap is compromised?
See what I'm saying? I didn't even say that in the chat. You see what he's doing? It's like he don't even take the time to get clarity. He's just reading what I'm writing in the chat and just jumping out to respond to everything. I didn't say that you said Battle Rap Trap, whatever he just said. I didn't say that. And that's why I wanted to go to the actual comments. But it takes some time to load. Anyway, I'll let it get
Watch the. I know I never said that, so I don't have to go back and watch it. I never said that Battle Rap Trap. What are you talking about?
I didn't say Battle Rap Trap though. I didn't even write
lost,
Battle Rap Trap's name except for.
I'm lost.
See, you are.
That's why you got to come and talk. I don't like the chat. I don't like the delay because I don't know what you're talking about. I need you to come here and tell me what you're talking about. I hate the going back and forth in the chat because then we're waiting for a response, and then then you say something else, and then you answer that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't.
Yeah.
And
you're never gonna slander Boss Chick Rain. She's a legend. No one's slandering, dog.
And yeah, Handyman definitely not compromised.
Yeah. So you said top 5 media is
shit like that.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You said top 5 media is compromised. You said battle rap trap, and I don't agree with that.
Right.
So now we're at a standstill.
Yep.
I don't think he would be because if I don't see it.
Queen T, top of the morning.
If you're gonna say
smoke,
there you
but
go.
Shit, I think you can do both. I think you can do both. Shit, I would definitely had considered myself media because not only was I blogging, also was doing interviews, also was being at events, etc., etc. Also was doing the live Twitter updates when that was a new thing.
Yeah, battle rap. I don't think you compromise. That's why, I don't understand. I don't think you're compromised at all. We're gonna keep, I don't at all think you compromised. I would say.
Okay, so let me say why I said battle rap trap was compromised, right? Because well, hold on. Okay, so matter of fact, let me just get to it. Let it play. It's dragging. I just don't like doing this. Like, you just defending. He knows. All right. So when I got on the show, you're gonna hear me say that my viewpoint is not about being compromised. It's about the lack of journalistic integrity. Okay.
Why wouldn't he be? He talks about things that are developing. He does the same thing that the media people do.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's separate, but then only when it's convenient. I don't like that.
How am I doing that though?
Yeah.
I didn't even say nothing yet.
So yeah, I would and that's why when she said the top 5, I was wondering if she meant the bloggers, like if she's talking about, like the Piper Boy and Chris and Caps and because them niggas ain't compromised. Not to
me. Absolutely not.
Look, these are the niggas that'll refuse to participate in tournaments and judging because they would appear to be compromised.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
they stay out the way. Battle Rap Trap has been commenting on everything. If he was compromised.
Just because you comment on everything does not mean you're compromised. And when ARP called out, does not mean you're not compromised. That's not that. This is what they also doing, reducing it to that, right? So when ARP called out battle rap media, right, for being compromised, it was because for years a lot of platforms did not say nothing. That is a form of being compromised when now, like case in point, let me make a point and see if y'all can follow me, right? I tried to say this on the show. The same things going on in battle rap is going on in mass media, hip hop media across the board. The same lack of journalistic integrity is across the board. Battle rap is a microcosm of what's going on in the world. It's a niche market. And a lot of times, which is why I never wanted that stamp, even though I got stuck in it. Battle rap is, to me, a lot of times in a bubble where they're not even understanding what's going on outside of it. I don't know if y'all agree or not. But so it became cool this year, finally. I think his ARP was speaking up more and because he called niggas out. Now it became cooler for more battle rap media, bloggers included, to speak on a lot of the BS that was going on with URL. But for years, Y'all said nothing. There are really big incidents that happened over the years, even 3 or 4 years ago, and battle rap media was compromised in general because they did not cover it. Nobody did. And one incident I always bring up is when that Euro Shoddy Horrors event was basically sabotaged. None of them talked about how or why or who. They did not. We watched. So when ARP was calling them out, that was one of my points to back why most are compromised, because they've been watching this BS go on and have not been saying anything. But now that it's cool to say something, everyone feels froggy to speak on it. So the same thing going on in mass media, right? A lot of people knew about what Diddy was doing, turned a blind eye. Media outlets was not covering it. You know, this is something to cover, but now everybody is feeling so comfortable now to speak on Diddy. It's the same thing. Everyone now feels so comfortable to speak on URL, but only certain people were ever even doing that. They were turning a blind eye is also being compromised. That's why when they say stuff like, "Oh, he talks about everyone," that's not the only facet of being compromised. Ignoring shit that happens, which I watch this culture do daily, is a part of being compromised. Would you agree? Daily part of being compromised. Would you agree? So
I don't think he would have been talking about that whole Easy situation. I probably heard.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess that conversation's
he's
over with. All right. Well, let's move on for a minute. I guess that was done.
But yeah, back to
so let's go to Vodafly and Black Compass. Let's talk about that real quick, okay? Well, no, let's just talk about Vodafly real leaking.
The recording.
Right. Listen to it and oh yeah, that's true. Like, no. If it is, then it's gonna look kind of crazy. I mean, that means that I don't know what under what situation you just out here just wiring up, but until I hear the call, I don't think we could blame Vada either. But
yeah, that would be a whole different can of worms if he actually did that.
Even if they said they heard it and they heard that he was in there,
right?
I still don't think that you could just
because OTFMZ
go off their word.
OTFMZ also doubled down and said, they heard the audio as well. This is the thing. You have to also, because it just
bad and salacious-ish, then put
to me,
top 5 compromised media. Let's go.
All right, so compromised media to me is the media that can be bought. That's what I mean. So to me, I don't really feel like nobody in battle rap media has like real journalistic integrity. I don't feel like that's non-existent.
Why you say that?
Like, because no one's doing any real journalism. Some of them are. Only person I feel like that does like real journalism. I separate the blogging from journalism, because you don't have to be like
or media, because you could be a blogger and a journalist.
You could be a blogger, but a lot of bloggers deem themselves media. That's the thing, right? So they are. That's what I was saying. I'm like the ones who deem themselves. I do feel like who I named, they can be bought. I feel like situations have arisen over the years where a lot of platforms were blatantly compromised. If you knew what was going on, I've been around from the beginning. So when I know what's going on, I don't even have to be in the super loop. Like, I'll get the info, but I know what's going on. So when I'm saying that you can be bought. So you might have a good product, like you might put out good, you do good media, but when it comes to different topics arising, like right now what's going on, I'm out the loop on that. I'm not following it. I've been hearing a little bit, but I don't care about it enough. To me, it's just a bunch of bullshit, like overall, right? But when these things happen, the compromised media, they always show their head because they take a side.
Yeah, but who is the media? Who is the top? Because you said top 5 is compromised, and that's what I wanted to know. Because then I look at it like I
named 3 though. I said let's talk battle rap, so he probably didn't hear it, but just now I said that. I threw that out loosely, saying top 5. That's what I said. I said Black Compass Media. I said battle rap trap.
But I wouldn't say.
You see, as I'm talking, he's already cutting me off, not even letting me finish. You're just telling me what you wouldn't say. I can't even explain. I didn't even explain why yet.
And say, like LTBR, what have shown from them that they would be compromised? Because all I see is little tiles.
Case in point, there was a big incident. Let me see. What was all of the media showed that they were compromised when this incident happened. It was a URL. Oh, okay. Case in point. I'm gonna use this guy.
Okay.
So that situation where ARP basically thugged out MBS and had him exposed. See, when you do journalism and you get to the root of it, right? If you're really a journalist, you would peep that MBS never put that information out. So he had no agenda. He was not clout chasing, but all of them, let's talk battle rap, they all jumped on him and made him the culprit. But ARP is the one who put the information out, not MBS.
MBS was with Adept telling him that he had that call.
No. MBS got thugged out from both sides. He got thugged out by ARP. ARP basically made him show who he was. That means a lot. Right. That's how you deem credibility and integrity, right? Because he's not clout chasing. He was not trying to be a part of it. Someone texts him. He didn't even tell ARP. ARP came to him and said he was told that what was the whole situation? So I forgot at this time. This is where I'm like stumbling, but remember the situation. URL allegedly paid MBS to not cover RBE. That was the situation. So I didn't explain it well while I was on the show, but the whole thing was that my point was that they said fuck the alleged story. MBS lied. This is the same thing, sidebar, that happened with Kiki and shit, right? So once you lie and you say you have proof, I knew he didn't have no proof, which is what I was saying on the show. What made the media people compromise is that once it came out that it was alleged, this is why I said wrong, which is why I see why they were like, I'm all over the place. When it came out that it was alleged that URL paid MBS to not cover RBE, mind you, what I just said, MBS did not say that, put it out there, ARP did, right? All of them said he was lying. All of them said that. So that's what I didn't say when I was on the show. They didn't hear no proof, nothing. They just looked at him, said he's MBS, he's a small fry, he's nobody. Why the fuck would they pay you? They all was like, he's lying. That's compromise because they did no journalism. How y'all all just jumping and saying he's lying and y'all didn't even try to find out. You just kind of like picked and choose, like, oh, it's URL, so we're gonna just defend URL. And then what made it worse is that he lied about having proof that he was contacted by Beasley. So once he lied, the story became he's a liar. They all was just like, he's a liar, he's a liar, he's a liar. But nobody was doing any journalism. That was my point.
He showed a message that it was Beasley that texted him.
Right,
and that's what he was getting clowned on, because that number was not true. He was with the deaf and somebody else putting out the text message that was not true.
Hold on. You're jumping ahead. I'm saying that the root of it, though, he's not the one. What he did was when people get thugged out and you're the small guy, he acted. I knew that he didn't have no proof. I knew from jump.
I don't. Real quick, just sorry to cut you off, but this is not showing that
Beasley.
See, so you have to listen to see, and that's why we started having an issue. He's saying I'm not showing it. Because he's not really trying to hear it. It's like I didn't articulate my point well, obviously, because he's like, I'm not showing that, but it does show it. The whole initial point of the story shifted the focus on something else instead of adding the new info to the initial point of the story. Exactly, because he's constantly interrupting me. So he's telling me this doesn't prove it. But what the way I told it didn't prove it. What proved it for me is that, which I did not say. So that's why I'm showing where I'm not valid, right? I wanted to hear exactly what I said. Compromised media, when they heard that this was alleged, they all said he was lying. No one did any research or any due diligence. That is compromise. I didn't get a chance. I didn't say that. So that's where I guess he got impatient with what I was saying. So that's your problem.
I'm listening to you, but this has nothing to do with LTBI. But go ahead.
It is showing it. It's credibility. Nobody really has integrity and credibility in battle rap media like that. Because if you lead from a point of credibility and integrity, then all of the compromised media, in my opinion, that jumped on him, the only one who did some due diligence was Angry Fan. Angry Fan is the reason why I saw this stuff is old. I can't remember. Angry Fan is the one who broke down. He went live and he covered the interview that MBS did, right? And it made him look bad. And I told MBS it made him look bad. My point in the whole thing is that the compromised media, from my angle, this is just my opinion, my informed opinion. They are the ones who all jumped him. They jumped MBS and made it worse. But
no, because he made himself look stupid in that interview.
He did,
but I'm trying to tell y'all, I agree. He made himself.
He threw something out there, right?
He didn't throw it out
there,
though.
Provide the proof.
Right, and what I'm trying to tell y'all is that
I don't think people should be compromised for pressing him about proof about something.
No,
that he
they
said he
pressed him about it. But if you're doing journalism, right, you get to the root of the issue, right?
Right.
I'm saying that's just my opinion. From me looking at it, all of those media outlets that jumped him about it, they jumped him without any proof from URL either. They automatically took URL side. That to me
but
is
he's the one that said he has the proof.
No, so see, this is why this is like trapped for nothing. So this is where I was not clear. So I see where I wasn't clear. I wasn't clear. So they took a URL side the moment ARP remember, ARP is the one who put it out there, not MBS. The moment ARP put out there that MBS was allegedly paid to not cover RBE, all of those media outlets said he was lying. That's what I did not get to say. If that's not compromised or a lack of journalism, what is? He's just lying because their point of view was that who the fuck is he? Why would they pay him? Why they didn't pay me? That became the ongoing joke.
Proof. That's on him.
That's on him, though. So if he then shows up and does a terrible interview, which he did,
proof that this actually happened.
He lied. He didn't have
provided. Then people gonna jump on you.
That's it.
I'm saying
he said he had it.
Right, but I'm saying before that, though.
Yeah, ARP jumped out the window.
I'm saying before that, he got thugged out into doing. I'm saying when you do journalism, you follow the route. You go to where it starts. So if you're starting from that point, he never was the person that put that info out there in the first place. So I don't know.
ARP was the one who
ARP started it. Then he confirmed it.
He felt pressured to validate it, and I'm saying that was wrong. But from my standpoint, because I'm leading with integrity, I watched how these platforms I might be confusing the incidents. They jumped on him.
But this is the thing. If he didn't want to be involved, why did he go to
But
ARP?
if you
and say
hold on,
something?
Mercy. But if you're saying
ARP,
you
ARP
confusing it, and I'm saying what you're saying is not showing how Let's Talk Battle Rap is
but it does. So all right, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep going.
Compromised. How am I wrong for that? Because what you're saying is ARP, you got thugged out from both sides. Cool, that's what you said. ARP said something about he's getting media's getting contacted not to cover bad events. Then MBS tweets. Hold on. Then MBS tweets out and says that what he validates what he says. And they're like, okay, prove it. And he said, I'm not gonna. Then he goes on to it.
Man, this is such a rabbit hole, yo. This is exactly what it was like. It's like, imagine you're the only one, because it's exactly what you just said. He's making it exactly what they did. So now, because I poorly brought up this example, he's making it again about the lie, but not about what was revealed. That was my freaking point, which I did not say. That was the point. He's making it about the lie and not about the fact that ARP felt that what he heard was valid enough to put it out there. Nobody cared about that. That's what I didn't properly articulate. You gotta have your ducks in a row when you're dealing with spin doctors, yo. My ducks were not in a row. That's what it basically comes down to. But it's cool.
Interview. First he does his own, which was terrible. Then he did another one where he shows a fake number that's not even really true, and then everyone bombed on him. That's not showing that LTBR is compromised.
I'm not even that far though. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not that far. I'm saying the root, and I guess I'm obviously not doing a good job of articulating myself. So that's where I'll take that. Let's keep it going. And all of that, I'm agreeing. That was a lie, though. I knew from the beginning.
But you said I'm not listening, and
I knew you're not listening, dude. This is how I felt so annoyed, because look how, like, I say 2 words, he just goes right back. I can't even finish my thought. I knew I wasn't bugging. Like, he's cutting me off.
Showed you the whole thing.
No,
I just broke the whole.
I didn't bring that up, though. Oh man, that's not even valid. I already said that. Listen for a second. I didn't bring it up. That's irrelevant. He never had proof. I knew from the beginning. If I'm saying that he never had proof, I'm trying to let you two know that compromised media said he was lying before he said anything. Before he said anything, they said he was lying, which is why he felt compelled to do that bum-ass interview. Or that's another thing with journalism. Let's teach some journalism here. Order of events matter. The way things happen, you start from the root, and the way in which events occur, that matters. So what happened before the interview that he did, he never said anything for like a week. All of them said he was lying. That's where I did not, but now I'm glad I'm watching this over, because now I validate my own point. I'm not talking in circles. They all jumped him and said he was lying before he even responded. They said he was lying based on ARP saying that he's the one who they paid. And that is blatantly being compromised. Come on, man. I said to him, why did you even say that? Because you didn't have. Yes. They're doing the same. Never had proof. He got thugged and he got punked out into providing something he didn't have to provide. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not talking about that. I'm saying before that time, though, they made it about that, but they jumped on him before that because they already showing, like, you don't have to have unity in media, but to me, the people who have, I guess, some kind of camaraderie, those are the ones that I'm deeming compromised. I feel like.
But see, if anything, then you would have to say that's ARP fault for throwing them out, throwing them under the bus in the first place.
It's ARP's fault, but it's not. If you're a valid media source, now I'm gonna drive my point home. If you're a valid media platform, when you get information, even OTF, they jumped out and said he was lying. They just they rode him for like was playing him, herbing him, and the order of events matter, because I didn't articulate myself properly in this, but I hope that my point is being made now. They heard that he was the one who allegedly was paid or offered to get paid. And they called him a liar before he could even defend himself, which is why he felt the need to defend himself. It went on for about a week. That interview came out that he did that made him look worse. It came out a week after that shit happened. Order of events. Also, something he said just now. It is. I mean, I don't do fault, like accountability. It's on him because he put himself in that position.
I'm just failed to see where LTBR is bad in this.
LTBR is bad in it because they called him a liar without doing any due diligence or research, which is a lack of journalistic integrity, which makes you compromised. They all felt the need to defend URL. That's what I did not say. All of them. They all just jumped out and defended URL. But mind you, they're responding to ARP's blog. They're not responding to MBS. I knew I wasn't bugging, man. I knew I wasn't bugging. Now I hope that I'm gonna cut this out and send it right to King Sly so you can see that is where you're compromised. That's where they're blatantly compromised.
Still waiting. I just really want to know where that is because this was an example of them being.
Yeah, I don't remember the facts
because we always on bullshit with NPS.
I have a right mind to leave a comment right now.
We all were bombing on him because he looks crazy. I didn't respect
it though because I knew that it was like y'all made it. So my point is that poor media. You made it about now him having to prove that. But you didn't make it about what it was about initially. Even with
ARP, make it about that. He made it about that when he said he had to prove.
No, niggas don't understand. I'm not. No, ARP made it an issue and accused URL for paying media to not cover them. Y'all didn't cover that though. Y'all just said he was lying. Why am I? It's like, yo, I'm listening to this and I'm just like, yo. It's really hard to engage, like not engage. I feel like these niggas are literally listening to respond. They're not listening to engage and be informed, which is why I started getting annoyed.
Yeah.
No, but that's what, follow me. Y'all, even Angry Fan, that's what I didn't like about his coverage. He made it about now. Out of the whole interview, the only thing he pulled out was that he had proof. But no one made it.
That's what we were waiting for. If you're going to say you have proof that something happened, matter of fact.
You see why this is not a debate? Because they're responding to what I don't even want to talk about. So I would take accountability. I did a really bad job of utilizing this example. This is how you have to own in communication. Like I be studying communication. Like why do things go left like this? Because I'm saying it, but I'm not driving the point home, which is why these two guys cannot understand that I'm trying to say, I keep saying on the show, before that though, but I needed to say it in layman's like direct terms for them to understand. They did not make it about what ARP's gripe was about. They made it now about MBS lying. ARP was accusing URL of paying this media platform to not do coverage. They all called him a liar. I'm going to keep saying that, which is what I did not drive home. I didn't come here with my ducks in a row. I was just kind of like talking shit in the fucking chat. And then, I got invited on the show. But I'll never do that again. Like, got to come with your ducks in a row. And you got to like, when people constantly cut you off, I knew I wasn't bugging. Am I bugging? He's cutting me off, yo. When people cut, you gotta be like, you gotta have your ducks in a row. Know that. Follow me. I'm saying that the issue.
Rain. Look,
the issue. Hold on. The issue. She's saying that he shouldn't have been put in that position. That's what she's saying.
No, I'm not saying that though. I'm saying I gotta keep saying to y'all because they not get. It's annoying me watching this shit. This is why I wanted to watch it. Because they don't know what I'm saying. Listen to his interpretation of what I'm saying. Y'all be doing poor journalism. Y'all made it about the proof. Y'all didn't make it about
ARP's putting him in that position. I get it.
No, not about ARP putting him in that position. About ARP accusing URL of paying media to not cover their platform. That's why he had to then order of events. After this incident, he called out media. After this. I know what I'm talking about, yo. But I gotta do a better job when I'm going in the muck and mire. When niggas is used to being petty and like I felt like Sly was just so like hanging on to my every word. Yet every word he's cutting me off.
I understand that
position, but the story was what took place. The whole, even down to ARP's incident, a back and forth with URL. When ARP called out media, when he called out media, he was valid because over the past 8-7 years, media has been compromised with coverage of RBE. And when I say coverage, I don't mean it's the battles. All of the bullshit that has happened, everything that's happening now has been happening from 8 years ago. Nobody covered it. All the bullshit that happened, even like, all the block battles, all the like big destroyed cards, it was not like compromised media covers it because it's cool to. Once somebody makes it cool or okay to say that we can say something about it, then everyone jumps on and says something about it. That's my point.
Now, Rain, look.
And that was my point. That wasn't even taking it. That's a valid point. I'm saying that now, as of right now, everyone is all of a sudden not scared to do what they have not been doing. Like, come on, son. I know I'm not bugging. It's the same thing going, like I said, with Diddy. Y'all was turning a blind eye. No one was talking about it. Only 1 or 2 people, real ones like myself. You know, real ones are the ones who call people out for shit when nobody else is. And you could be the only person calling out. But now that it's cool to talk about Diddy, everybody talking about Diddy now. Now you're not scared no more. It's the same thing with URL. Y'all was turning the blind eye. Y'all wasn't reporting that these cars were getting sabotaged. 1 or 2 people was, but not the popular guys. Right? But now it's cool. Now y'all all jumped on the bandwagon. Now everyone's just bashing URL. It's the same shit. That also makes you compromised. If you was tucking your tail, a lot of you niggas be tucking your tail. If you was tucking your tail this whole time, now all of a sudden you're not tucking your tail. And I can call out 1 or 2 bloggers that was definitely tucking their tail with certain shit that's popular. Y'all was tucking your tail. And even now when you address it, you still kind of like, you know, you tread lightly, but now all of a sudden you're addressing it. You was ignoring it before, and you know you were ignoring it. Y'all know y'all was ignoring shit. Whole big cards destroyed, sabotaged out the blue. Nobody's doing any type of investigative journalism. No one's trying to figure out, or no one's having common sense to say nobody's covering it. Nobody covered that shoddy horror shit that happened in the UK. Nobody covered that shit. I watched. Let's go.
Let me say this. I agree with you on that part about, you know, what was happening 8 years ago, but also there wasn't as big of a highlight on the drama and canceled cards as it is now. That
because it got cool. He's talking about there wasn't a highlight. What the fuck you mean a highlight? You're a media platform. If it happens and you know about it, you cover it. No, you niggas wasn't covering it because y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get into events. Y'all thought that y'all couldn't be men about it. Y'all wasn't covering it. You trying to make excuses right now, Mercy. You wasn't highlighted. Highlighted. It didn't have to be highlighted. Just that what happened. You know who made it cool? You know what made it cool? Easy the block captain. That's who made it cool. Because he publicly took on the biggest lead. He used his platform on YouTube and he made it cool. So now, because if you're going to cover him, that's how you suckers, you segue to now talk about URL. Because I'm just talking about what's going on. But you suckers wasn't talking about what was going on before Easy made it cool. I know what I'm talking about, yo. Y'all just don't like that it's coming from a woman, and you don't like that I'm calling y'all out on it. Now, if what I was doing right now was being, if that was cooler, then it wouldn't be a problem. But I know I'm not bugging. I feel like y'all was making me, I take accountability. You can't make me do anything. I just didn't properly articulate myself on the show. But when I'm looking at it, I'm like, who am I talking to right here? Like, who? Like, come on, son. And homie, you really acting like nothing I'm saying is valid, which is blowing mine because I'm watching him and he's like all bent out of shape, like you still haven't proven how they compromised. How have I not proven that, yo? The highlight came from it being okay. Now we don't feel too scared to talk about it because whoever else is talking about it. Bingo. Thank you, boss lady. Yes, because it wasn't highlighted back then because of fear of consequences, and he don't even realize that. You know what I'm saying? As much as we saying Angry Fan wasn't compromised, he's not compromised. He talked about everything, but Angry Fan, he didn't really cover that shoddy horror shit. I'm saying that because that was a big deal, low key. Imagine paying all that money for a bunch of tickets overseas, top dollar, and the week before your event or the week of your event, everyone just starts out the blue backing out. Come on, son. But these incidents were not covered in real time, though. They weren't. That's not. All I'm trying to say is, though, to validate my point, if I did a bad job, ARP calling out media, when he called out media, he was valid because he's calling. That is the media, the people who deem themselves battle rap media. He called them out because they've been compromised for years.
Some of them have, yes.
Means that you are doing biased coverage. You do not have journalistic integrity. You're not wholeheartedly reporting everything. You're picking and choosing what to cover.
Yeah, I know what compromise is. Right. Yeah.
And so if y'all can't see that these platforms do that, and they've been doing
some people do that. Yeah, yeah. I just named them. I said champion. I said Jay Black is a perfect example of someone compromised. I've been saying it. I'm very consistent in who I think is and who isn't. But you said LTBR because you said top 5. So I'm going Angry Fan. I'm going unbiased.
Angry Fan says what he wants, but I do think sometimes he does picks and chooses at times. I don't think he's compromised. I wasn't including him. I don't think he's compromised.
But you said top 5 though, and that's who we consider top 5 is what I'm saying.
But so LTBR, Black Compass Media, Battle Rap Trap, they're not in that?
Battle Rap Trap, I wouldn't say is compromised though. You would have to show me. You have to give me an example.
How is he not compromised? All right, no. Compromise means that you get in line with the agenda.
It's biasness. Is what compromise. I won't speak equally with yours because I.
So here's where I bring up Easy the Block Captain. So he's about to bring on Battle Rap Trap, and he said we had a respectful debate in my opinion, but let me listen.
I rock with you than I would if let's use him as an example, and we'll say that he's he likes RBE more than URL, so he'll be favorable to RBE, and if something bad is, he'll kind of lessen the blow of it. But if it was URL, he's gonna go in.
That's one example of compromise. This nigga is really acting like there's only one way to be compromised. You said biasness. You know you can be biased by not when you don't cover too, right? By turning a blind eye. That makes you compromise when you turn a blind eye.
Being compromised. And I don't see anything from Battle.
He has not covered RBE. Like he's a part of he's a part of the call out though. And also
what do you mean call out? What do you mean?
The whole coverage of ARP's call out to media. When ARP did the call out to media, right?
Right.
Yeah.
To me, the call out is to media being compromised. Remember the blog that a lot of media responded. They responded to it. Everyone responded to it. And I'm saying those who deemed that they needed to respond to it, not saying all of them were, but the call out was because
you talking about the blog he did that's on that argument he had on Black Compass Media.
It's not rocket science on being compromised. Like I feel also agenda-driven media. The coverage of Battle Rap's Trap coverage of Easy. What was that? Like, I get it. You getting money off of it.
Speaking on a situation, and that should show you how uncompromised he is because him and Easy were cool, and he still kept it real.
Now, see, He just said him and Easy was cool. I can't wait till Battle Rap Trap comes on here. This is Battle Rap Trap slipped up. So I respect Sly from this standpoint, saying he's focused on one aspect of being compromised, as if there are not multiple ways to be compromised. So he's saying because they are cool, he's not compromised because he's covering him. Okay, but if you're obsessively covering him, and then I didn't do a good job of this example, right? Because Battle Rap Trap was covering Easy for a while, right? Battle Rap Trap is the one that posted the recorded conversation. So I remember thinking, he doesn't owe him that. He's media. But if that's your man and you're cool, would you not give him the heads up? Like, yo, bro, I'm going to put this out there. I know I'm not bugging. I would have to go to his page because he blocked me on Twitter because I said he lacked journalistic integrity. Remember I made that post? I don't watch his shit no more. I don't support it anymore. But I remember, I'm like, yo, he's posting the conversation. And I'm like, yo, he's doing a lot. And I'm only saying that because I'm deeming him a formidable media platform. So if you're like obsessively reporting one thing for whatever reason, that doesn't make you compromised or lacking journalistic integrity, because this man was dropping 2 and 3 blogs a day on Easy. For what? For the money? Yeah, money can easily make you compromised. Right or wrong. I'm going to keep reporting on something. That's what most of the youth, this is why I never wanted to be deemed a blogger. That's what bloggers do. They blog, right? Just on topics, whether they know anything about the topic or not. Because the topic is hot, they just blog on it. That's why hip hop media and all that is so like it's such a it's piss in the media pool. Like how you say it's piss in the dating pool. It's piss in the media pool because people are literally talking about things they have no clue on. They're just covering it because it's popular. And watch how all of these people in here validated doing that. I get it. I'm like an oddball out. You know, that's why as I build my platform, I'm very comfortable with having smaller numbers because I want people to rock with me because they want to know the truth or the facts, not because I'm just running my mouth. Like, I'm not an opinionist. I deal with the root of the issue. And my goal is to inform people. So I want the people that are truth seekers and that want to really inform themselves and also inform me as well. I don't feel like this is not as bad as I thought so far, but I don't feel like this was like an informed engagement. I felt like it was just a challenge, but I understand why, because in the chat, I challenged Sly. I said, I'm gonna smoke you. I was joking, but I think his energy is so intense with me because he's looking to get smoked, and I'm not doing a good job.
Real and say, hey,
no. All right. So to me,
that was like I wouldn't even have brought the Easy thing in.
Easy was directly challenging.
You're not paying attention then, because to me, from the outside looking in, no, but he was doing it
because he will.
That shows agenda. That shows agenda.
No, that shows that he's gonna keep it real, regardless if they boys or not.
No, how is that keeping it real though? Oh my god. Oh, do you know how much he covered Easy?
He showed because Easy was responding though. Easy was responding, and that was also getting what?
No, he covered. Yes, he's the only platform that dropped every single inkling that was happening every single day, 3 and 4 different times about Easy. Y'all didn't see nothing wrong with that.
No, if he speaks on something and then Easy responds, so he responds back, that's not bad.
I mean, it's the question. Y'all didn't see. Look what I just said, though. Look what he said, and listen to what I said. This is what I'm talking about communication. I said he dropped something every single day, every little inkling about Easy, from URL to Remy to whatever, right? To the Philly shit. He was the main person covering Easy. Everybody was covering it. I know that. He was dropping 2 and 3 times a day. I said to them, you don't see anything wrong with that. His response is, if Easy was responding, Easy did not respond to all those blogs. Come on, son. Anything wrong with his coverage of the Easy.
No. Why would I have seen anything wrong of him putting out what was going on with Easy? Why would I see anything wrong with that?
Hold on.
That's what media does. All right, go ahead.
Look, Henny Man would put something out about Easy, right? Easy would go in on his platform and be like, yo, what Henny Man is saying is not true. Once you challenge my journalistic integrity, now I have to respond. And it became a back and forth. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Or it wasn't back and forth.
And then Easy,
he was dropping 3 and 4 times. Like, people were covering the Easy situation. I'm talking about everything, not just the whole Remy shit, everything. That he went on a whole, like, go count the amount of blogs that he put out. And
the amount is inconsequential to the point of being compromised.
They were all not responding. How is that inconsequential? If you're obsessively reporting on something, right? It was petty. And I don't know how people was acting like you can be petty as a person, but can you be petty as a media platform if you deem yourself media? He was having like 5-second blogs about this dude. Come on, son. But I'm not here to be right. I'm saying that's just my opinion. I feel like if media is obsessively covering one target, I would have an issue with anybody in media. I would have an issue with that. Like, why are you obsessively covering one person and everything about this one person? You can't cover, like, I'm not saying he wasn't covering everybody else, but he was dropping 2 and 3 times a day about one person. Y'all don't think that being obsessive like that, y'all don't think is anything wrong with that? Am I bugging because of that? You think that media, I mean, I'm trying to think who gets coverage like that. The Kardashians? Like, I don't know. Like, covering somebody to that point, I just remember that shit being obsessive, man. But he's saying that doesn't make you compromised. I thought it did. I would have to look at the blogs, but I remember like 1 or 2, not all of them. Some of them, I'm like, come on now, Henny, you're ODing. I get it. Get that money. He was just getting the money. But does that not make you compromise? You're literally just dropping blogs because this man's name is popping. You're just dropping anything on him. You don't think that that's compromise as a media platform? I'm not bugging. The people that's in here, y'all don't think that, like, I'm not looking to be right. I want to know. Y'all don't think that makes you compromise? If you're constantly dropping content on a particular topic only because it generates money, not because you're putting out any new content, really. You don't think that makes you compromise? Can someone answer that? Blogs. They were not response. All of them were not response blogs. They were. Nobody did that kind of coverage. I feel like that's agenda driven.
A lot of people were speaking about Easy. There was an Easy.
Oh my God! And you see what I'm saying? I didn't say a lot of people wasn't speaking about Easy. There were people speaking about Easy who never even heard of him. Again, they're also agenda driven. It was a hot topic. So they're just talking about him just because. I get it. What I said was he was doing it obsessively. And his response, his retort to that is a lot of people were. A lot of people were speaking about him, but they were not dropping the same amount of blogs that Henny Man was. If he wouldn't have right, Easy on the blockchain was a very big topic. It was. I missed out on it, and I knew more info than most people. I missed out on that, but it was a big topic. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like if you're only reporting on something because I feel like that's what media. This is proving my point. If you ask me, which I didn't get a chance to articulate very well. This is what media has become across the board. People are only speaking on things because they generate income, not necessarily because it's fact or true. Like, I've seen people do it every day, post and share blatantly false stories for shits and giggles and entertainment. It's foul, actually. But that's just me. I'm speaking about having integrity. Seems like it was just marketing strategy. Every blog cannot be considered as media. Agreed. But that's what I was saying, that this particular guy considers himself media. Yes, it shows how many people will only be moved by money. I think that's what the problem is across the board. Hip hop media across the board is generated. I get it. I'm not being green about it, but media companies are booming and making mad money off of bold-faced lies a lot of times. And so here's my other part about it, why I got into media and why I feel so strongly about this. Black people literally fought to be respected in mass media. Do you know how whack and disheartening it is to have these Black-owned platforms, who we might deem urban media, cover Black people and blatantly post lies about Black people, when historically in history, we have been fighting for a gazillion years to be covered correctly? We still are, by mass media. It defeats the purpose of being deemed a media platform if you are not going to have high regard for the people that look like you when you're covering them. That's also a part of the journalistic integrity that I have not spoken on, the parameters of journalism, having a regard for what you're covering. How whack is it to be a person of color covering people of color and blatantly bold-faced sharing stupidity? It's trash to me. Folks who went to college and earned a degree for journalism should be held to that standard, not just folks who buy a laptop, mic, and a camera. Now, I agree with that to a degree. Now, I don't fully agree with that. That parameter should be held to anybody. I get what you're saying. I do agree, but I'm not a certified. I don't have a degree as a journalist. I deem myself a journalist because when I built my media platform, when I did radio and battle rap as a pioneer, we're gonna get to that. This dude talking down, but when I built it, I was mirroring the journalism that went on in radio. That's why I asked that question today. How don't people know, if you're in a media space, a radio space, a podcasting space, that the core of that space is journalism? The core of that space is journalism. Doesn't mean you have to be the best, but I'm saying there are certain parameters that you do. Number one, your due diligence. You do the research. You don't, like, you vet a story. You vet things. You make sure that you are putting out the utmost truth before you put it out, right? You do your research. You see if this is true or not. You see if this is if it's worth even covering. That's what I'm trying to say. When I'm these are parameters that I know because I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I don't have a journalism degree, but it's having regard for what I'm covering, right? So that's a part of the parameters. That's where the integrity comes in as well. So when I'm calling out battle rap trap, if you're obsessively reporting on one person because you're being petty or because they're a part of the algorithm, you want to make them money, right? You don't really have a regard for what you're covering, which is why a lot of these bloggers and platforms, they delve into the dirt, because the dirt is what sells. The muck and the mire. So it's like I'm gonna do the muck and mire thing because that's what's selling, not because it's true or not. More than 3,000 hours in the field can suffice instead of education. The parameters depends on the person's compass. Is the compass built on more facts? Slim Trim, what's goody? I agree. So that's what I got from this conversation I had with these guys today, which I kind of knew, but it's not deemed on morals, because that's why I keep going so hard about journalistic integrity, because I have that moral compass. And you're right, I cannot hold certain people to that standard. But when I feel like I'm also speaking as a fan and as a media platform, as a journalist, so I only rock with certain bloggers within this battle rap media thing, quote unquote, that I deem do some form of journalism. That's what gets you my. I'm not saying I know that my opinion is not reflective upon the masses, and I'm very comfortable with having a standalone opinion. But I'll be calling out these platforms when I feel like they're not exhibiting journalistic integrity, which is what I did with Battle Rap Trap. I posted that, but I really want to get to the point where he admitted it. Like he proved me. He basically said, you know why? Because these niggas really don't know what they're doing. Like they're not. And respectfully, I don't mean, I respect, to me, I was only calling him out because he's a formidable platform. I feel like if you're impacting the culture and you're making waves and people are tuning in, then you should have some responsibility to not only to the people that you're covering, but to the people that are listening to your platform. These might be outdated to a lot of people, but these again are parameters of journalism that I know these niggas ain't following. And I was just calling them out for that. You're right. They don't have to be held to that standard, which is why when he admitted to not being that, I was like, well, conversation over. But they still dragged it because I'm not here to like shoot at you or nothing. We kept it respectful. It wasn't personal, but he admitted it. So I want to say this too, where people don't understand that I do this with everything. Tasha K. Everyone's on Tasha K now. I've been on Tasha K. You know why I started fucking with Tasha K initially? Because she was doing very good journalism. But guess what I found out recently this year? When she did an interview with No Jumper, she said, I do not see myself as a journalist. Well, that makes sense, which is why you got sued, because you were not adhering to journalistic integrity. You knew you didn't have proof or basis to keep that false information up about Cardi B, and that was a big case for what I'm talking about right now. That was a big case for bloggers, media, YouTubers, all these people that are pushing forth false information. Go check out that case. So when she admitted to in conversation, even though she's done extensive journalism, people don't know that her interviews with everyone surrounding R. Kelly, her interviews were subpoenaed by the feds. She is a part of the reason why his ass is in jail. Which is why I know when I be going hard against R. Kelly, I know certain things that people don't know. But if you watch some of her interviews, she interviewed a lot of key people from the documentary. And she brought in certain things. I'm like, this is extensive journalism. And that's when you rock with her. But then I seen, you know what? She delved into the muck and the mire because that's what probably pays the bills. And I guess what I'm doing is, what I'm trying to say is everyone does this. But I respect the people that will say, hey, I'm not a journalist. Charlemagne too. Because you know what the other side of this is? The masses automatically make these people, once they get popular, I see it every day. They deem them journalists. The masses do that. Oh, he's a journalist. No, he's not a journalist. But they make him a journalist because he's doing interviews. He's not even adhering to any parameters of journalism, but the masses will easily stamp somebody because they've gotten popular and their opinion has gotten popular, or he's a journalist. That's also why I go so hard on this, because I understand everything's twofold. It's happening every way. So respectfully, I like when these people that I respect their journalism, I like when they say, hey, I'm not a journalist. Charlemagne said before, he's not a journalist, which also pisses me off with him, because how are you in a hip hop field and you're literally not researching anything on your guests? You just, have them on there, whatever's popular. Like a lot of the young artists he never even listen to their music, but you sitting there interviewing them about bullshit. But I was glad that he said, you know what, I'm not a journalist. But that's also the problem. There's the lack of journalism in hip hop, battle rap, whatever you want to call it, media. The journalism is lacking. And that is what I'm doing. I'm calling out the lack of journalism and the lack of integrity. If some of these people were just even trying to adhere to some form of integrity with regards to their platforms, the content would be cleaner, more quality. That's my rant.
Like 10, like a day.
If these vlog folks state their platforms are solely their opinions, it may absolve them of the responsibility and parameters you want them to hold. I agree. But you know what you just said? That's also a part of journalism, because there's a part of journalism where people do have agenda based, right? There are a lot of journalists that are writing for like certain types of blogs or certain types of publications that are agenda driven. But what I respect is when those journalists also say, that's what I do. When I'm blatantly giving my opinion, I separate my opinion from what I know as fact. I don't let that get gray. What these podcasters do, they push their opinion as fact. And because they're popular, what the masses do, the masses then say, because this person is popular, then what he or she is saying is fact. And that is that's my issue. So what you just said, yes, I agree. If they would just state, this is my opinion, it would absolve them. They're not doing that. They're infusing the facts with that's what Hassan Campbell does. Infuses I used to call, like, I give everyone a chance, right? I used to watch some of his shit, and then I started seeing, like, he would just be saying the wrong names. He started feeling, he had this is just my opinion on him, right? I do believe he has a positive agenda with regards to Black people and stuff like that. That's his agenda, and he's often misunderstood. But the God complex is that he feels he can just talk on. He's one of them people that talks on things he don't know. And when people are telling him, he'll blatantly say the wrong name, the wrong info. And this is also journalistic integrity. When you give out the wrong info, you're supposed to recant. Hey, that was the wrong info. That's what keeps you credible. If you're a valid platform with journalistic integrity, you recant the wrong story. But even now, mass media will put out a blatantly false story, and if there's not enough backlash, they'll keep it. Before, they used to vet these stories crazy. Now there's less vetting, and it's all about the clicks and views. It's happening from the smallest genre to the biggest. And all I'm doing is calling it out. That's the algorithm, boy. We get that. That level of coverage was only being done by him, though.
That's not true.
Don't count the amount of. It's dragging.
They had an issue though. That was different. People, they had an issue. They were beefing back and forth. So yes, there might be a little bit more. That's why the amount is just not beef.
Not beef. It was not beef. It was coverage of the incident. He was dropping 2 and 3 times a day.
What incident? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Remy one or them two?
I'm not mistaken.
Or what? Or the NDA? Which incident? Which one are you?
The Remy one.
Oh nah. That was like major. That made it way past it. That made it to like TMZ. That was huge. Yes.
You know who you're talking to, right? I know that it was huge. I'm saying that if you actually look at the amount of, to me, it was obsessive.
Rain, did you have an issue with Battle Rap Trap at all in the last year?
I don't have an issue with him.
I said, have you had an issue with him? Not do you? I
called him out for journalistic integrity.
Okay, so this seems like you might
see what he did there, though. That don't mean I have an issue with him. I called him out for journalistic integrity. I don't have an issue with him. I don't have no issue with him. Let me tell you why he blocked me. He posted a blog about Chrome 23, and he said if he was John or whoever, he would not battle Easy on Chrome 23 because it would be all in Easy's favor or some shit. And to me, it was leaning. To me, it was giving a lack of integrity because he kind of basically was bashing the platform, saying that they wouldn't treat whoever Easy battles fairly. So that has nothing to do with me. I just said, like, don't you think that this is kind of like a bit too much. Like, because I read his reasons, it didn't make sense to me. So I said, this kind of lacks journalistic integrity because you're not giving the full side. You're giving a one-way side. And to me, because he does shit like that, they saying he's not compromised. But if you're a media platform and you're admittedly petty and you report on people based on like being petty, how does that not make you compromise?
Might have a problem with him specifically.
No,
that's
don't
why
do
you
that.
have this.
All right, I'll let it play. But he just said, you're making it something that's not. I don't have a problem with him specifically. I have a problem with his media. I feel like he does not have journalistic integrity, which is what I told him. That don't mean I have a problem with him. Like, this is the young shit that he was doing that I didn't respect. Why are you saying I'm making it about him? If a platform is dropping, so y'all didn't answer that question for me. If a platform drops 3 and 4 times about one particular topic, does that make you compromise? Don't do that to me. No, but understand integrity.
I'm asking you because this
no,
looks
so
crazy. Because that was like a big big story.
Who's uninformed, like you're talking
I'm
about
not
it in general.
uninformed. I've been here.
You are though, because you're talking about it in general. I'm talking about specific. If you actually go to his page, the amount of coverage was obsessive. Nobody covered that amount.
To you,
that
though,
amount. And I'm saying,
that's not true. That's not true. If you're talking about the Remy situation, everybody did it.
Oh, look at he covered him. He's saying everybody did it. Yes, a lot of people dropped blogs on Easy, but 3 and 4 times a day. Everybody did not do that. 2 weeks straight.
All right.
All I'm saying
pull
is
it up.
that
I want to see if it was 2 weeks. Pull it up.
I'm getting cut off so many times. Though. All I'm saying is that
trap.
My opinion.
Hold on.
I'm on battle rap. I was watching.
Hold on.
You've been saying hold on. Show us though. We've been held on. We're held on completely.
I got something for y'all.
All right, let me see it.
All I said was that it was obsessive. And I'm calling that out.
Let's see.
I'm looking.
Yo, Easy's page
I'm trying to get to the start of it.
Just type in battle rap trap Remy.
Look at it.
I'm on his channel.
I know. Now type
in,
search it. Remy.
Yo, not Remy. This is where this was annoying me. Even with, come on, No Mercy. No Mercy sitting here doing this. Y'all probably can't see it like that. But if you look at let me just count this myself. Oh, shit. Hold up.
Papoose with Easy.
1. I'm just going to count the covers with Easy's face in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, out of 10 that we see right here, that's already 5 out of 10.
Prep talks, paperwork, Rum Nitty fan, emotional. K-Shine writes cryptic messages. So he wasn't just covering Easy during this time.
I never said he was just covering Easy. I didn't say that. See what I'm saying?
He's covering the whole bunch.
I said 2 weeks, my man.
Okay, keep going. I've seen 4 so far.
Easy breaks silence.
He scrolled up. Now, this right here is out of 4. 1, 2, 3. Yo, I'm never doing this again, yo, because niggas will have you just looking stupid for nothing. You see the next line up? No, it's the next 2. So the first line out of 4, his face is on the first one, the second one, and the 4th one. That's 3 out of 4. On the second line, his face is on the first one, the second one, and the 4th one. So now that's 6. 6 and 5 is 11. So 11, that's a half of your content. 11. I wish I was really following when he was doing this. 11 out of basically 20-something, 22. Half. I'm not bugging. But this is what I hate about niggas. That's why I can't stop saying the word. Start to flinch as I try not to say it, but my lips are like a whoop as I start to spray it. Niggas. Because they really sitting here in my face and act like I'm bugging. 11 out of 11 out of come on, I sat there and counted everything with his cover letter. With his cover, I mean. That's half. 11 out of 24. But y'all sat here in my face and said that I'm bugging. Yo, no mercy. I can't. I'm just going through this interview.
Listen, spazzes on everybody.
I mean, this is a whole month he's going through. I've only seen 4.
Look at that. He sat there and lied. A whole month he's going through. He only seen 4. I just counted. And this 12. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My bad. 8. I counted it wrong. So 8. 6 out of 8 have easy. On the other 8 was the same thing. So 8 and 8 is 16. 12 out of 16? Come on, sir. I can't believe you, though, Mercy. I really can't believe you, B.
This is all different stuff. This is not just easy.
But look at the picture. Oh my God. You said this is what men do. See what I'm trying to say? Men will take care of their friends way better. Women, you gotta get better with camaraderie. I literally look like now he on the next row. The next row, Easy is on 2 out of 4. Y'all sat there and played in my face to make me look stupid. I literally just counted. What's that? It was already at 12. Now we at 14. I can't believe y'all. Yo, y'all sat there and played in my face. From the pictures, though.
Yeah, but obsessive means he's not taught. Okay, well, this is when we go into how someone defines. You might think this is obsessive.
Just like
I don't think this is too obsessive.
You don't think it's too obsessive to have 3 out of 4 for 3 rows of one man? Easy called him out for it, though, too.
So like they already had public.
This is so bad, yo. This is a lack of integrity.
Beef, though. So him Easy calling Henny out about something he ain't like, then what do we?
No, just about the amount of blogs, yo. It was a lie in real time.
Yeah, but Easy had an issue already with Henny Man. They already were going at each other. This happened.
I'm not here to convince y'all that this is just my opinion. I felt like in real time it was obsessive. That's what I said. I'm not here to like change your mind. Why would that be an attitude though? Because I realized that that's what people be doing. I'm not trying to change his opinion. But y'all sat there and lied. I just literally counted out of what? 16 videos. 12 was about Easy. And y'all niggas sat there and said, this is not obsessive. Yo, this shit is crazy. This is why I wanted to watch it. Because I wanted to see, like, I felt like I was in the Matrix. Mine. That's your opinion.
But what's obsessive if he's covering other stuff at the same time? Like, he's not just covering Easy. He's covering a bunch of different stuff. Cassidy.
Yo, like, look how many times. I can't believe you did this, No Mercy. You keep scrolling. Easy is in every row of videos once or twice. And then your synopsis is he's covering other people. Of course he's covering other stuff, but he's obsessively covering one man. Get the hell out of here. 12 out of 16 videos is not obsessive?
This ain't just, come on.
I see Easy's picture like 10 times, man.
Yeah, but that's in months though. But it's switching. It's going from 6 to 5 to 4.
It's mad. All I'm saying, and I don't really want to highlight this. I don't have no issue. I have an issue with the lack of journalistic integrity in quote unquote battle rap media. I don't think it's existent like that. I don't think. Now you see how I came back to my point. That was my point. Now watch what Sly does. After I want to just get to the part where Henny Man concedes. Y'all saying you didn't get smoked, but I seen how y'all was like accountability on me. Like I said, you wasn't in here the first time, no mercy, when I said this, but I didn't properly articulate the examples. But I showed in the beginning where I was valid. I didn't say it the right way. But all those media platforms, they called MBS a liar before he even addressed them. He addressed them a week after. When ARP dropped that blog, they called him a liar without doing any due diligence, and that is compromise. How the fuck you look at him as an actual, this is what you pissing me off. How you look at him as an actual journalist when he said himself he's not one? How is he a journalist? There's different levels of journalism, but I'm glad that he said he wasn't one. You can look at him as one, and that's the problem. The masses look at media, at people who do media who are not journalists. They look at them as journalists when they're not even following journalistic parameters. Henny has no real special regard. Henny has regard for battle rap. That's what I would say. He highly regards battle rap, but there's no real regard with the coverage. If you're adhering to journalistic parameters, right? This obsessive reporting on one person, it's not valid. You saying because he's a hot topic, dropping 2 and 3 blogs, which I knew I wasn't bugging. He literally did that. 2 and 3 blogs a day on one person, just because they're a hot topic, is compromise because you're doing it just to make money. You're not necessarily giving new info. You're just like, you riding that man. But again, that's only opinion. That's not a fact. It's just my opinion. Don't please, you can't inform me on like niggas who do definitions on stuff like that I know you don't know what you're talking about. Because when you watch my video, I'm gonna send you a thing where y'all niggas didn't know what y'all was talking about. Y'all sat there in my face and didn't know what y'all was talking about. But you having the balls to post the definition of journalist. Henny said himself, which I'm about to play, he is not a journalist. He does not have to adhere to journalistic integrity. So you can call him a journalist. Cool. He didn't respond to 14 blogs, my man. He did not. And also the part that I was talking about where he didn't have integrity as a man is when he put out that recorded conversation. See, I didn't have my ducks in a row because I wasn't really going there for that. I need to have my ducks in a row when you got niggas that's going to spin everything you're saying. Like he posted that recorded conversation. And to me, if you had integrity as a man, but then y'all niggas was saying it was cool, so he's not compromised. But you know what's the first thing out of his mouth? First of all, me and Easy was not cool. That's number one. So everything y'all saying that, this is what I'm trying to say. I explained this too. Not just about him. I don't have no issue with him, man. I just use Tasha K as an example. Tasha K is not a journalist. You know why? She said that she's not a journalist. Tasha K has done extensive journalism in her career. But out her own mouth, I do not consider myself a journalist. So I could respect Henny Man saying the same thing. I'm not going to respect you now after the fact saying he is one when he already said he wasn't. I think it exists. So
I think in some situations you're right, but I don't think I'm still waiting for two things. I'm waiting for the top 5, and I'm waiting for how
Henny Man did.
I already said that. I named 3.
That's
overall
not 5.
Is picking 2, but overall is picking because the 14 blogs was not all beef. You said that Easy was Easy responded to a couple. Yes, he did. But Henny, you literally sat here and lied though. You were saying you skewed the information. This is what I'm talking about integrity. I sat here and counted myself just now because I was forced to. Now I could see in real time. Your retort to what I was saying was, oh, he was covering other things. I never said he wasn't covering everything. I said he was obsessively covering this man. And out of 16 videos, 14 videos was on Easy. But you saying y'all sat there in my face and said that wasn't obsessive. Okay, cool. As long as he got paid. I think that's the overall narrative. But I said from jump that that was Lucy said. I said it from jump.
But you then told me I was crazy and that you would come up here and smoke me over it.
You're doing exactly what you're doing now. When I was writing, you're responding to every line. I wasn't even like responding to you directly. You started. I got at you because I'm like, Dad, you're not even listening. You just like you see one line and you just start like going off. I wasn't even. You didn't even know what I was talking about. You didn't. In the what's the name? He was literally, and you was co-signing this shit. He was literally and I watched it from the beginning. I watched him do it. That's why I said when I say he was horrible, because it's his show and I'm a guest. The nigga was not letting me talk. He's constantly cutting me off. And he was doing that when I was writing in the chat. I'm writing in the chat and he's like hanging on to my last word, but at the same time cutting me off after every word. "9/11 was not covered obsessively by one particular platform." This is where a lot of like the comprehension shit was out the window, because y'all kept responding to what I was saying. Like everyone was covering him. I know everyone was covering him, but let's see. Let me call somebody else out. Letterman doesn't have 3 blogs a day on Easy. He has blogs on Easy though, not a gazillion. Angry Fan don't have 3 blogs a day on Easy. My only point in bringing that up is that to me, that is agenda driven. And when you're agenda driven as a media platform, it kind of makes you compromised, especially if the drive is money. I said that overall.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Battle Rap Trap.
Yo.
What's popping?
Rain. I got something to say, but I'm gonna let you speak first if you choose to, or let me get my joint off if you want.
No, I'll respond to what you have to say.
All right, so regarding, I'm gonna first off address the whole I'm compromised thing, because you said something like if you could be bought. Let's be clear about something. I can't be bought, but I can be invested in. I am a brand. So when URL,
like this right here wasn't even necessary to say, because when I was talking about being bought, like I said with the NBS situation, all them compromised niggas, let's talk battle rap compass. I don't know if any man can fall on that, but I think he was one. Yeah, he was. They all immediately reported that NBS was lying. He hadn't said nothing. ARP did a blog, and I didn't articulate that properly in this on your show. So I'm gonna let him get his blog.
Decided to hire me to host. Of course, I took that check. You know what I'm saying? That did put a compromise tag on me. That definitely didn't benefit me moving on. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely say and acknowledge that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to once I'm done hosting for them, I'm done.
You saying it wasn't him himself speaking on Easy. I said coverage. Coverage. Obsessively covering this man. He didn't have to be him himself speaking on it. He was obsessively covering it. At one point, I was championing him, but then at another point, I was like, damn. So me and some of my people, was like, damn, this nigga's going ham. Like, it's not that serious.
I'm hosting for them. I still got to live and survive off my brand. So anything with the compromise thing, now I kind of got to go out of my way to prove that I'm not compromised. So when what they was trying to tell you is when Easy was going at URL for the first couple months of the year, I was covering every single thing he was saying. Every single thing he was saying, going at URL. URL never responded. Me and Easy got the beefing because when they finally did.
This is the other thing too that you missed, No Mercy, but I don't know if you're still in there, but Easy is the one who made it cool for niggas to talk about URL, because niggas was not talking about URL before Easy made it cool. Niggas was tucking their tails. That's also compromise, which is what ARP was talking about.
Did respond, I covered that too. He didn't like that. He felt like we was cooler than that. He had a problem with that, and we had a very public dispute over that. Now, and he, you know what I mean? drag my name.
Real quick. Let's add to that. Which while they were debating, he said, "Well, since I did a song with you, I feel like you would have treated me a little bit different and come to me with it first before releasing it."
He been doing what for years? You've been doing what for years? ARP has not been doing it for years. No, he hasn't. ARP upped the ante in the past year, past year or two. He has not been calling them out for every single thing. This year and last year is when he started to. He has not been speaking on them like that. That's not true. And he would say that himself. He was speaking here and there. This year, he upped the ante and started speaking a whole lot more. So if not easy, then ARP made it cool, or calling out compromised media made it cool. No, this is what you do. Listen to what I'm saying. He upped the ante, made it cool. You niggas was not all speaking about URL the way niggas started speaking about URL now. So much so that now the battle rappers feel more comfortable calling out business practices and shit like that. These niggas been doing that shit. But it got cool in the past year or two because somebody made it cool. And in my opinion, going at the big dogs, which is what Easy did, and coupled with ARP as well, ARP upped the ante. He was not nitpicking on all the shit that they was doing in every blog. He wasn't. He was being quiet. I was ARP before ARP. I have dealt with that with Queen in the Ring. And I learned from ARP that this is how I know he wasn't, because I wasn't. I was doing it. I have an interview going at Debo too, one interview, but all the shit that was done to me, I didn't talk about it. ARP upped the ante because he was quiet about it before, because when you're in it, when you're actually in it and doing it, you feel like you're not going to focus on that. You're going to focus on the work. You're going to just do the work. So he wasn't speaking on them repeatedly until the past 2 years, yo. The Hitman Shook situation. I mean, you can try to pinpoint whatever situation you think. That's like, you would have to validate that, and I would have to validate mine. But I'm speaking on ARP in particular. ARP, to me, this whole bombarding of talking about URL was non-existent 2 years ago. Niggas was speaking about them here and there. It's the same thing with Diddy. Everybody was scared to talk about him now because 50 is on his helmet, and because now it's been reported the whole Cassie shit. Everyone's comfortable in joking about Diddy. Niggas was tucking their tails before, and I know I'm not bugging. Now the way niggas are just talking about everything, exposing everything, and calling out, "Oh, I got paid late," and all this other shit. None of that was going on, man. Now you say up the ante before you say he wasn't. No, I said up the ante initially. He has. This is what y'all was doing on the show though too. Like, not really. Like, you're literally listening to respond. You're not listening to engage. You're literally listening to see what I say wrong so that you can retort, as opposed to, because what you're responding to is like irrelevant though. You're nitpicking at things that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I've been around. You've been around. You know that niggas was not calling out URL to this degree like they are now. You know that. No, you're listening to respond though. That's what you're doing. You're not listening to engage, because if you're listening to respond, you're nitpicking at. You saying now I said up the ante. ARP was not talking. I literally said he was not talking the way he has in the past 2 years. Oh my God. Who? I called them out too. Who was called? I said in droves. The way that like, you acting like you don't know what's going on. If you tapped in and you paying attention to battle rap and mainstream, right? Yeah, Mark Curry was calling out Diddy years ago too. A lot of people was calling him out. Niggas don't know that. Mark Curry has a whole book on Diddy from 2009. What does that mean? What makes people feel comfortable is when people have unity. They feel more comfortable. So if you was around, then you know 3 Letter Man was not talking about that shit. You didn't even cover it. When Shotty Harvey's car got got sabotaged. You covered it. You said that URL did it. No, not one blogger said URL did it. I'm not acting like I'm the only one around. I'm acting like you was around too, and you know damn well niggas was not calling out URL the way they are now. They was not doing that. No, I said ARP started speaking on it. Speaking on them the way they are speaking now. Now, first let's get on the same page. Do you not see a difference? Do you think, because then we can just exit. If you don't think there's a difference in the way that they're being called out this year alone, is there a difference? Yes or no? Is there a difference? Since you acting like you don't understand what I'm saying. Bingo. So that was what I was saying 5 minutes ago when you're trying to tell me that, yes, it's a complete difference in the way that they are being called out right now. A lot more is going on? No, a lot more is not really going on. The same shit been going on. I wish I wrote down everything that was going on. It's not really a lot more, in my opinion. It's the same shit. It's just now niggas feel more froggy all of a sudden. Niggas feel more confident to say something. Niggas been, all this shit been happening. This is an expose era, but there being a difference in it being damn near non-existent, which is what you make. It was kind of non-existent. If they're allowed to still do it without any retribution, it's non-existent, nigga. And the people who mattered, respectfully, were not covering it. So if the top bloggers and the top media are not covering the blatant bullshit, because like you acting like you telling me I'm acting like I'm the only one around, but ARP's blog is exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think he called it out? He said exactly what I'm saying, but you acting like you saying you was around, but when I'm saying it, you acting like I'm saying something so, like, this is how I was acting today. Like I'm saying something so far-fetched. But Chris and Angry Fan was the top 2 at one point, and they always spoke on URL BS. You forgetting ARP and Flip fought because ARP went at URL. Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? If you got Chris, Angry Fan, Piper Boy, you, Battle Rap Trap, Let's Talk Battle Rap, like that's already 7 platforms. Whoever else you want to name, Hip Hop is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame, all 3-letter man, all addressing this. That was non-existent, my man. That's what I'm trying to say. That unity and coverage of specifically what they're doing was non-existent. It kind of, I don't know when it started. I'm gonna say it might have started a couple of years ago, and I think that's when niggas got kicked out of covering media inside the actual venue. The only ones who wasn't around is Let's Talk Battle Rap. Everybody I named was around, nigga. Everyone I named was around. Who's new? That's that new. Let's Talk Battle Rap is probably the newest, and Battle Rap Trap, maybe. He been around for at least since 15 or so. I don't know. I don't know niggas' entrance. Everyone I named was around. I don't know. They're new. They're fairly new. They might have came around 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I don't know.
And
Right.
Battle Rap Trap said, nah, I gotta do my job still. And
That
Right,
you're
that's
right.
the-
That's
because
not being
that
compromised.
that would
Another
that would show so that would mean I would be compromised if I did. I mean, I didn't hear URL like, yo, I'm about to drop these easy blogs. So vice. Hold on, because I and I'm gonna be super. I'm gonna be super quick though. I'm gonna be super quick. I'm gonna be super quick. I'm gonna be super quick with what I'm about to say real quick. You know what I'm saying? So once me and Easy had our back and forth, I mean, the situation with him and Papoose happened. Yes, I benefited off of getting views from that situation. That's not about being obsessed with anything but money. I could do one blog, it's gonna get.
He's validating my point. You niggas don't have no real understanding of what I'm saying. You're obsessed with getting money, so your platform, y'all all was cool with that because he's making money. That's what I said. I said, okay, so you compromise yourself. You obsessively report on something because you're making money. Okay. That's what commoners do. I'm cool with being on the outside of that. That's agenda driven. It's money driven. You have an agenda. You're only covering it because you're making money. That's compromise though.
Get 5,000 views, I could get one blog that's gonna get 20,000 views. I'm gonna do both and get the 25,000 views. That's just how that worked. Every blog wasn't bad though. He just read the title out loud. Easy responds and spazzes on.
I didn't even say every blog was bad. You see, I didn't interrupt him at all though.
Everybody, even with me and him beefing, I'm putting out shit when he's saying something at everybody. I'm going. It's not about let me just attack him. If he speak, he disappeared for 16 days. That's on me. I did a blog probably every one of them 16.
There's levels of compromise though. That's why when I brought this point up, trying to correlate beyond battle rap, niggas can't get out the battle rap bubble. Niggas shot that shit down. I said the same thing is going on in mass media. Niggas are literally driven by the dollar. Shits and giggles, views, whatever it is. That's why people boldface lie in their titles, right? Because they want the clicks. That's compromise though. If you don't care about that and you just report on, you build your platform off of just building it and knowing that the numbers will come, then that has more integrity than someone who is just covering something because they're getting paid to. Yeah, we should have cleared it up because that's why I said it was a fake debate, because literally as I'm listening to this, we're not really y'all are arguing compromised media, and I keep going back to journalistic integrity. I'm correlating the two. I never was saying of making it about compromised media. I said that I was giving a solution. I'm saying the reason why niggas be compromised is because they lack journalistic integrity. But that wasn't heard.
15 days, yes, I got paid. He should have too, but he chose not to monetize on his situation. I chose to. And me and him beefing, so why wouldn't I? Plus, I know things behind the scenes that I'm choosing not to say as I'm actually reporting on what's public. You know what I'm saying? So when we're using words like integrity, it's still things that I could be putting out that I'm not putting out. That's what integrity is about. Now,
integrity doesn't waver though.
So you know what I mean? So just as far as the easy situation, and also I don't understand how me reporting on easy makes me compromised for anybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm not reporting on easy on behalf of URL. Them niggas don't pay me or call me or thank me or you know what I mean? Nothing like that. Me and easy situation with
all the stuff, you see all these points he's making. I never said none of this though. And I'm letting him get his bars off, but I'm not even allowed to respond, right? And then I could tell you can't hear my mic, but I was saying that compromised you as a man, though, which is why he brought that back about man integrity. You put out a recorded conversation. You don't think that putting out a recorded conversation is a question about integrity?
Was because Easy had a problem with me. That's it.
All right, go ahead, Rain. Respond.
Compromise is being thrown around. My main issue, and he knows this because I told him directly on Twitter, which is why he blocked me. I said, you lack journalistic integrity. And journalistic integrity, you showed too, Easy has a point in you could report it, but that one instance, integrity amongst your man would have been letting him know that. Also, when you put out the conversation, I just felt like this is just my opinion. Now, as a fan, I'm watching the stuff. I did feel like it was obsessive, which is what I said. It was obsessive. And when you're doing media, which is what I called you out for before, when you're doing media and you lean to this obsession, to me, it can make you compromise. Because it's like, now are you a gent? Like, why are you going so hard? I get it. You're eating off of it. So you're going so hard because you're making money?
No,
because to me,
I mean, it's a topic. It would be a topic.
Yo, hold on, because I don't want it to come off like nobody jumping or like, you know what I mean, 3 against 1 or anything like that. Number one, when it come to me, we specifically talking about integrity. I never claim to be no journalist or have journalistic anything.
Bingo. Why wasn't the conversation deaded right here though? This shit dragged for another half an hour. He just said, and this is why I'm glad I wanted to hear that.
Specifically talking about integrity. I never claim to be no journalist or have journalistic anything. Yeah, you know
that ends the conversation. Like, if someone says I'm not a journalist and I don't have journalistic integrity, why did we keep going? The fuck out of here, No Mercy. If you're not claiming it, I just told you, like, this is not what you do. What the fuck are you talking about? And this is why I start talking like that. What do you mean if you never claim it, I mean, if you don't claim it, you're not claiming it because that's not what you are. It's the same thing. Tasha K said the same thing. I'm not a journalist. I never claimed to be a journalist. Because guess what? People who are journalists, they own it. Like me, I'm the only person that's even running around stamping myself like that. Butterfly just started doing that because he's on Fox. None of you niggas was calling yourselves journalists because you're not adhering to no parameters of journalism. You niggas in the same conversation, your man Sly was starting to define journalism as something written. He started separating journalism from integrity. You niggas don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all have no fucking clue. And you sitting here calling a man a journalist who is saying, I never claimed to be a journalist. He's saying he's not one. But you're sitting here in here talking about just because he didn't claim it doesn't mean he's not one. You don't have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You really don't. Like, no clue. He said, I never claimed to be a journalist. Now what you're doing is with your man, with his dumbass Excel, we even get to him, semantics. You're doing semantics. That is what semantics is. That is what semantics is. He said he didn't say I'm not a journalist. That's semantics. Get the fuck out of here. He said I've never claimed it. No, it's not, nigga. Not if you're a journalist. He's not a journalist now because you said he was one. And your fucking ass don't even know what the parameters of journalism is. This is the dumb shit y'all was doing in this interview today. That really was getting under my skin.
I mean, I also want to clarify. I also want to clarify. Easy is not my man. You know what I mean? So that's out the window. I didn't owe him anything, especially if URL put out a public document and I just read the.
Often people who don't know what something is, they're going off the definition because that's not what they do. This is not what you do. I don't have to go off the definition if I'm literally starting a whole radio in battle rap off of journalism, mirroring journalism, studying it and adhering to professionalism, which is what I said is non-existent. This is why your man is so out of line speaking on me about being a pioneer. I did so many firsts in this shit, and you didn't even defend that though. You sat there and let that nigga speak on something he has no clue about. That nigga don't know nothing about me. And I'm saying that about, it's not about your own interpretation. This is what niggas do who, you do know, let me explain something, let me educate you, right? When people start looking up textbook definitions of things, it's because they don't know what it is, right? right? So you got to understand that there are people that are experienced in doing this, that if you look up a textbook definition, it's not going to match because they have what trumps the textbook definition is the experience. You do know that, right? No, because you had to look it up because this is not what you had to look it up because it's not, you don't know the definition. Why are you telling me? None of y'all, I introduced the topic of journalism to the debate. Y'all was not even think, your man didn't even know that journalism was the core of media. Your man sat there, and we're gonna get to that point. Your man didn't even know that journalism is the root of media. So you looking up only validates that you don't know what either. And you telling me that a man who said he's not claiming journalism, which this is why I say you don't this is not what you do, because I just gave you a better example of Tasha K. Right? She's done real journalism. She does not deem herself a journalist. This man sat here and said he does not deem himself a journalist, but you're telling me he is. Come on, son. Make it make sense.
Public document like every other blogger did. I didn't owe him to say, hey, I'm going to do a blog on this. I didn't call him before I did the hundreds of other blogs about what he was saying when he was attacking them. And so
I don't have that problem. Journalists look up stuff before they speak. And next time when I would not go into a conversation with y'all who was like not letting me talk without having my ducks in a row, because I didn't think I was even there for that, to be nitpicked on. And when I comb through this, that's why I'm combing through this whole interview, just calling out the bullshit, also owning my own shit. My only problem was that I didn't articulate myself with the examples I brought up, but my examples were beyond valid. No, this is what it's like comprehension, respectfully. I'm not trying to be insulting, but to be fair, you said you smoked Sly and that turned. Yeah, I said that you missed the beginning. I said that's why he is so hyped. This is not an engaging conversation because he's not listening to what I'm saying. He's just hanging on to every word. But the only thing that does not make me smoke him is my lack of being articulate, because I didn't articulate specifics. You niggas need layman's terms. So I'm listening to myself and I wasn't even being allowed to talk though, but I'm listening to myself and I'm not saying specifically what needed to be said. But the ARP example was beyond valid of him calling out media for being compromised. Battle Rap Trap said everybody responded to it. It's like y'all wanted like some textbook shit. I don't respect you though for that, because I feel like you've been around and you acting like niggas was really, you sat here just now and said niggas been calling them out. Not to me. They've been getting away with this shit. None of this shit that's happening right now is a surprise to me at all. And like I said, I agree. He was hyped. I had him hyped. I said I was smoking. But I wasn't even being allowed to. This was not a debate to me. Because he kept going, even after Battle Rap Trap said, I'm not a journalist and I don't have claim. Like, usually even sitting here, this says a lot about you though, respectfully. This man just said, I never claimed to be a journalist or to have journalistic anything. But you sitting here, this is what men do for men. You sitting here telling me that he's a journalist. Like I feel like you answered it like fairly right there. You don't consider yourself a journalist and you don't have journalistic integrity, which is what.
No. I have man integrity. I have.
This goofy shit though. And why? This I don't understand. Why y'all laughing at this? He just said this, and it's like I'm in a Twilight Zone with some niggas that would like. Where were y'all? Like, listen to this shit. He sat there and said that, but when I reiterated it, it was a joke. have journalistic integrity, which is what.
No. I have man integrity. I have grown up integrity.
I like that one, boy. I like that.
No, you just wait. To me, you like what though? I don't understand the joke. You sat there and did not defend me. I didn't even get to that part yet. Only one person actually understood what I was saying. But explain to me right now, though, right? What is so funny about me saying what he just said? I reiterate, you said I'm not a journalist and I don't have. The nigga just said he has man integrity. I don't know if you defended me, man. What was so funny about that? I missed the joke. Please explain to me right here. Me.
No. I have man integrity. I have.
And look at this. The nigga was allowed. I let that man get all his bars off, no interruptions. The moment I go to respond, I get interrupted. No mediation. I feel like I held my own amongst y'all. Cause this is like the Twilight Zone, man. This shit is like y'all are in. I'm in the Matrix right now. What, man integrity?
Yo, that
grown up
nice
integrity.
I like that one, boy. I like that.
No, you just wait. To me, we don't have to go back and forth because you already validated with my point to you, which is what I said on Twitter. There's a lack of journalistic integrity, and just now you said you don't have to have that. You don't consider yourself a journalist. That's fine.
Journalist,
That's
yeah,
great.
but integrity you could still have.
Look at your man, though. This shit was crazy. Your man don't. Y'all niggas don't know.
Yeah, that man. Yeah.
Y'all niggas don't know what I'm like. I can't even properly educate y'all because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You sitting here separating integrity. If you don't have integrity as a man, if you have integrity, no, let me take that back. If you have integrity as a man, you don't think you should have integrity for your platform? Your man is sitting here separating the two. Y'all niggas don't know what I'm even talking about. It's like I'm literally talking. I'm just talking to talk because it's falling on deaf ears. Y'all niggas didn't even like when I'm introducing the term, y'all niggas don't even know the term. Your man just sat here and said, no. He did not want to validate, like the conversation could have been ended right here. I tried to end it. Where else is there to go? Your man sat there and said, I never claimed to be a journalist or have journalistic anything. Then when I went to double down on it, I get interrupted and it's like, no, but I have man integrity.
Right. I mean, if we can end the conversation right there, I'm cool with that.
He's battle rap crap. He's a media platform, and you're blatantly saying
he doesn't have to be a journalist though.
See what I'm saying? Do you see where my gripe is with Sly though? This is terrible. Not mediation, but it's like he's literally listening to respond. I didn't even finish what I was saying before he said he does not have to. Oh my God! This is
thing about my platform.
He doesn't have to be a journalist though.
The thing. He doesn't have to be a journalist to be a media platform. The root of media is journalism. This nigga don't know that though. This is why he's refuting what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be insulting, but it's like I'm introducing a term. And that's why it was a call to authority. When I brought up being a pioneer, what I was trying to say was, and the nerve of their nigga to be like, I'm just a nigga who was there. Not only was niggas not there, I was specifically catering to women initially because nobody was interviewing female battle rappers. Not one person. Hip hop is real, and then they might be the closest to being out there maybe 2 years after, or a year after. Nobody was interviewing the women. To say like, I'm gonna make that part 2 tomorrow because this is getting drawn out. But tell your man don't speak on me. And I'm talking about Excel. Don't speak on me. You shouldn't speak on what you don't know. Nobody had battle rap crews had to come to the Bronx to the radio show to do ciphers, break down battles, and do interviews. Nobody was doing that. The content, see, accountability. You look at yourself and you say, what did you do? The content, a lot of the content is not out there. Some of it is, but years of content is gone. It's not out there. So to say it wasn't out there killing shit, as if he's out here killing shit. We didn't even get to that yet. But I brought that up because of this. Like, I'm listening to how, like, niggas don't even know what I'm talking about, really. And the only reason why me and Battle Rap Trap didn't have no real back and forth because I was staying a level above. I'm not, y'all used to that petty back and forth muck and mire shit. Nobody in this instance, as much as me and Sly was getting on under each other's skin, and me and Battle Rap Trap had the back and forth, nobody took no low below the belt shots. But your man. Your man did that sucker shit, XL, after the fact. And I only heard a piece of it. I didn't hear all of it. Nobody did that. As much as we were both all annoyed with each other, nobody went below the belt.
About my platform, the thing about my number one, if we now Rain, let's do this though.
Hold on, I'll let you talk. I'm talking to King, to Sly, right?
Yeah.
You're doing he just said, this is why we don't have to have a back and forth, because that was my issue with him. A lack of journalistic integrity. Let's focus on that. Journalistic integrity is something that you don't have to have as a blogger, but in my opinion, in my educated opinion on media, if you're deeming yourself, if you are a viable media platform, there should be some journalistic integrity. So when I made that, hold on, let me finish.
But when you say journalism,
let me finish.
All right, go ahead. But I want to go next, so go ahead.
Let me finish though. It's not even my whole man. We let this nigga go off the whole time. I can't even just get my shit off. The whole issue from jump was the lack of journalistic integrity in battle rap media. That is what I was stating from jump when I got on here. So if you don't deem yourself that, you don't have to adhere to that. That's my opinion as a fan. That's why I only listen to certain bloggers, because I can't keep my attention with all the other stuff, because I feel like there's a lack of journalism and there's a lack of integrity.
Okay. Now, X was popping. All right. First, that wasn't how you came up here, because we were talking about compromise. That was a
right, exactly. Yeah,
that's how
that's what I thought.
So that ties in though. It ties in with but since what I'm trying to, oh man, yo, this shit is so terrible. And then when you got a nigga like Henny who's really a petty nigga, it's like you just responding to respond. Like, come on, like that's what you thought. But journalistic integrity ties in with being compromised. You niggas don't have no clue about journalistic integrity though. Like, it don't matter. Like, I don't care who's in here or not. It's just me watching it because I want to just record it and cut pieces up of it. Because the shit is like, this is some bullshit. This is really some bullshit. Just listening to this. Hold on. I'm just going to like. This is some bullshit.
That's what I thought.
Speak. I'm going. And when you say journalism, that usually equates to writing something, either news, paper.
Integrity. See what I'm saying? This nigga don't even know what journalism. Like, this nigga, like, you say journalism, that means you're writing something. No, it doesn't. These niggas don't even have no clue. Respectfully, shout out to Sly, man. This was, now I see it, but it's like, I should have just came in there on a humble. Maybe you would have been more receptive of my points. Because now, as I'm listening to you, what are you talking about?
No, journalism is what you're saying. So to have integrity.
So news reporters have to write something to report
when you
the
talk
news,
about
nigga?
Journalism, yes.
Journalistic integrity.
Journalism is the
basis of what you're doing right now. The
but
basis
you can
of
have
media and reporting is journalism.
But no.
How do you look at this? This nigga is saying no, and nobody is agreeing with me because you niggas don't know what y'all talking about. How you doing a podcast, media, anything, and you don't know that the basis of what you're doing is journalism? This is why shock jocks like a Charlemagne, whoever else, when they get popular, they have specifically said they're not journalists because the masses, because the core of this space is journalism. There's some form of research involved. There's some form of due diligence. There's some form of vetting. There's some form of it in order to cover it, right? This is why it's so sloppy right now, because niggas don't even know that this man is really sitting here saying no, that journalism is not a part of media. Niggas who got journalism degrees, really, it's a highlight in journalism. It's a communications degree, nigga. How niggas don't even know this though? But a nigga would quickly tell you, oh, like this goofy ass nigga Excel. I don't respect him now. It's because he did that shit. The nigga will tell you need a degree. The degree is in communications with a highlight in journalism. What comes under communications is media, all types of shit. Videography, I looked it up. How you don't know that journalism is the core of it though? Who told you that journalism that you had to be a writer? That's why I just said, so a news reporter who reports the news, which is literally what Battle Rap Trap is doing. He's reporting battle rap news. A news reporter is not a journalist? Yo, this shit is retarded.
If you can have integrity in reporting, I let you speak, and I just let you go.
Common sense. The reason why Charlemagne, Tasha K, they all have to state that they're not journalists because people put that tag on them.
You can have integrity. You can have integrity.
Of course, you can have integrity. You can't waver though. Integrity does not waver. You either have integrity or you don't. You can't have a little bit of integrity and have a lot over here.
I know that. Yes, I agree with that, but you would have to give me an example of someone that did that. We talked about LTBR. That one didn't go well. That didn't show. That didn't show them. And then we talked about Battle Rap Trap, and you just, I mean, the whole compromise thing kind of fell apart. No, he validated.
He just validated my point. He said,
I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
How you don't think you validated the point when you just said you don't have to adhere? Yo, am I in the? Yo. I'm in the Matrix. This is the Matrix.
No.
You did.
The point was the valid.
Did you not say?
LTBR. I came up here regarding the compromise conversation.
These niggas is dummies. Respectfully, what are you talking about? Niggas don't know nothing about journalism. This nigga just said he came up here because of the compromised situation. A lack of journalistic integrity is what makes you compromise, nigga. Yo, as a woman, you gotta be extra on your toes when you're dealing with these niggas, yo. It don't even matter. It don't matter. It don't matter what you say. I can't even get through this shit.
Not anything about journalistic integrity, so I don't
we
know
were
how
talking about compromise.
No,
and you have
no,
not.
no. Yo, now that I'm glad I'm listening. This nigga said, I came up here about compromise, not anything about journalistic integrity. Lord have mercy. These niggas don't even know what I'm talking about. How are you niggas like going back and forth for something when you don't know what niggas is talking about? That's all I want to know.
Shown.
Yeah.
Did you not just say you're not?
I came up here because of the compromise conversation. The journalistic integrity was a word you added.
Like, yeah, you add. You
yes, now. Did you not just say you're not a journalist?
I came up here because of the compromise conversation, not to prove files. I don't.
No, these niggas is slow. Yo, so I'm sitting here. Do you not see that? Am I bugging? I'm not bugging. This nigga said he came up here because of the compromise situation, not because of the journalist. Who am I talking to? What am I doing right now? I was just talking to myself. These niggas don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Like, no clue. And no mercy, you a nut for even really standing on, like trying to stand on calling this man a journalist when he don't even know the correlation between journalistic integrity and compromised media. We gotta rise above. We gotta rise. We gotta rise above this shit, yo. We gotta rise above. We gotta rise above. I don't know. That's all I can say, man. This is crazy.
I mean, are we in court, Your Honor? Objection, relevance?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
About compromise,
nigga. You just said I'm not a journalist. I don't have to have journalistic integrity.
But I have man integrity. I have man integrity.
You see what I'm saying? Yo, and these niggas is letting this nigga, you basically, these niggas troll for a living. These niggas don't have educational, informative, engaging conversations with forward-thinking Black people on a daily basis. You niggas really sat there and just allowed this shit. This is pathetic. And respectfully, Sly, come on. Like, you a sly guy, right? Like, I think you a smart guy. You really sat, y'all really sat there. This is what I be talking about every day, yo. This is why I don't want to waste my time with people that can't, like, get to a level of where compromise to move forward. Because we're on totally different wavelengths in this conversation, yo. Listen to Battle Rap Trap, respectfully, yo. Yo, at the end of the day, yo, you are a formidable battle rap media platform, and you don't have to adhere to journalistic integrity. But if you deem yourself media, you might want to. You might want to look up some journalistic parameters tonight. You might want to look up media, like how to be a really credible media platform. This is not a shot. I'm saying that you got the following, and I don't watch your shit no more, but I did like your editorials, like when you do the coverage. I just feel like, you know, I just gave my opinion. You blocked me for exactly what you, the crazy part about this whole shit is you blocked me for saying exactly what you just admitted to live right here. And you refused to double down on it only because I didn't have a problem with it. You refuse to double down on it. You sitting here trolling me as if you didn't just say, you never, because you could have easily said, no, I didn't say that. You're not responding to it because you knew what you said. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. You blocked me for saying you lack journalistic integrity, and you sat here and said, I never claimed to be a journalist, so I don't have to have journalistic anything. That's exactly what you said, nigga. This is retarded right now.
Integrity. That's what I said. I have man integrity. That's what.
Man integrity. That's not what he said, you lying ass nigga. You said that after the fact. The quote that you said was, you don't have to adhere to journalistic anything. You have man integrity. Man integrity is retarded. The jury's out on that. That's between you and your man friends, or you and your people. I'm not to debate. I'm not here. I don't know you as a person. But if you don't have integrity with your business, how can you have integrity as a man? You sitting here separate. Like, this is like, I like to analyze niggas like train of thought. You feel me? These niggas is sitting here separating types of integrity. So this nigga just sat here and said, I don't have to have journalistic anything, but I have man integrity. So if you have man integrity, why wouldn't you apply that to, why didn't you know that you have a media platform that there should be some form of journalistic integrity? Why wouldn't you know that? Niggas just be doing shit just to do it, I realize. Nobody cares that much but me. Nobody really gives a fuck. That's what I realized. I gotta realize that. Niggas don't really give a fuck about that shit. I do. So that's why I call it out.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Well, we were talking. This whole started.
Say again.
Hold on. No,
say again.
He has integrity.
So you have man integrity. You don't have to have what?
I am a man. I have the integrity of a man. You know what I mean? If you wanna break down my brand, but if you want to break down my brand or talk about journalism, I mean, when I drop three, okay, well, how about this? How about this, Miss Rain? How about this, Miss Rain? When I'm dropping three, how about this, Miss Rain?
Miss Rain. Why niggas just can't say I don't know what that is? I don't know what journalistic integrity is. Say that. I respect that. Niggas just be scared about looking a certain way. See, me, when I don't know something, I don't care about not knowing it. I will proudly tell you, hey, I don't know. You want to inform me? That's what smart people do. You don't care about not knowing something. If you're really a smart person, what makes smart people smart is that they're not afraid to say they don't know something. Because a smart person knows they don't know everything. So if you never heard of the word journalistic integrity and you don't adhere to it or you don't know what it is, why can't you just simply say that? Why the fuck are you talking about you got man integrity? How stupid does that sound to say you got man integrity but not journalistic integrity? And then when I'm asking you that, you just can't say, like, because it sounds retarded to say you got man integrity. Yo, man, this shit is retarded.
Hold on.
Go back and forth. You already
hold on. I've been listening the whole time, yo. This show has been wild nasty, right? Let's just be for real. Nobody in battle rap is a journalist because that's something you got to go to fucking school for.
Facts.
Nobody here. Niggas is bloggers. Niggas with cameras.
It kind of is,
right?
No, it's not. How the fuck can niggas who don't even know about journalistic integrity or journalism say that you have to go to school for it? No, you don't. No, you don't. I have over. You can have. You don't have to go to school for a lot of shit to be labeled that and stamped that. I hate when niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. I gave this to y'all from the other side too, saying how the masses automatically place people in these positions as journalists. And that's why they have to say that they're not. Tasha K showed that she's not a journalist. You know why? Because that's why she got sued. She got sued for lack of journalistic integrity. Go look up her case. It's a case that applies to YouTubers, bloggers, and all you other fake ass journalists. Don't get sued. That case is a big case for journalism. You don't have to have a degree to be a journalist, XL.
Niggas with cameras, niggas have affiliations. We all know that. That's just what it is. That is certain niggas, battle rap, trap, he moved the way he moved. He got man integrity. Certain people move the way they move. Like, we getting caught up in fucking semantics and, journalistic integrity. Niggas, we know
it's not semantics, my nigga. That's the core.
Yes,
it's not fucking semantics.
But we were talking about compromise. That's
not. This one's now I'm getting it from another angle. That's what she said too. Passive aggressive bullshit. I said that too. This nigga came on some passive aggressive shit towards me. That's not semantics. Niggas don't know what the fuck words mean. Saying the word journalistic integrity is not about semantics, nigga. This whole shit just made me more mad. It's made me mad. Semantics. How the fuck is that semantics?
That's what this started with. Yes,
though. A bunch of niggas who don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about. That's why I didn't want to go back and forth. Battle Rap Pep already said. You already said just now.
So you're the only one that knows.
There's no back and forth. You don't know what I'm talking about. Not that I don't know what I'm talking. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all have no clue what I'm talking about. Now I can stand on everything I said and being hyped about it. Y'all don't have no clue of what I'm talking about. For this nigga to hop into a podcasting space and talk about journalistic integrity and semantics. No, it's not semantics. It's real to journalists. If you're a viable media platform, you should have journalistic integrity. Just because the masses now are doing what you niggas are basically saying is okay to do, basically sell yourself out for a couple dollars, that's what masses are doing. Reporting on topics because it makes money, not because they care about it. Not that y'all don't know what I'm talking about, which is why y'all saying so much stupid shit. Already validated my point. He said he's not a journalist.
That wasn't the point, though. You added that.
How that wasn't the point. That was my point. This is why I started getting tight. How you telling me my point? That's my point. And I already showed early on in this interview where I said, I recanted several times. I said, I don't have a top 5. I wasn't talking about who you thought I was talking about. I was talking about specifically the ones who show their head. And to me, those 3 have shown their head. They have. You telling me my point. That's my point. My point was journalistic integrity, which correlates to compromised media. Why can't nobody get this? Because y'all don't know y'all don't have no clue, nor do y'all really even give a fuck about what I'm talking about. Which is why this rude ass nigga just hopped on, just thought he was going to save the day with his dumbass bullshit.
Tacked on later.
How the fuck you tell me my point?
Because
though?
I can scroll up to where it started, and I'll show you. Would you like? I can show it to you.
No, nigga, scroll back to the replay where I got on and I said there's a lack of journalistic integrity. That was a point. In battle rap media.
Yes,
that was
but
my,
why
that was
were
my
you?
Point.
No, the
that
point was compromised.
He knows
no,
that
was what.
Why you so stuck?
Because you came up here to talk. It started with top 5. That's why you're talking over me.
When you lack journalistic integrity, it can easily make you compromise. That's the tie-in. I didn't.
Yes, exactly. That's the tie-in to the major point of compromise. Yes, Rain. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. No, you just said that.
My thing is, everybody who follows me, and you know this, no mercy. My thing is journalistic integrity. It's not fucking semantics, XL. It's real. Journalistic, when you have a media platform, you have a media platform. The core of media, the core of media, the core of media, the core of media, the core of media is journalism. But some bloggers, the core of media is journalism. popular
saying your
and their
point,
opinions get more popular than
dog,
doing
you're so
actual
caught up in
journalism.
saying your
You
point.
don't have
Nah,
to be a
yeah,
journalist.
she twisting it, man.
Hold on,
Listen,
hold on.
before
listen.
That is
Yo,
the conversation for me.
Everybody
That's
can't.
great.
Everybody can't talk at the same
No,
time.
let X
You're
go.
You
Let X
cannot.
go because he didn't say.
I don't
Hold
want
on,
it
hold
back
on.
and forth. Once he
Well,
said he's
you're
not
up
a
here for that,
journalist,
so
You're
let
so
X
that
go.
ends the
listen,
conversation.
listen. You're just
That is the convo,
like,
though.
no, you're so caught
You
up
don't
in
have
saying
to
your point. You
mediate
don't even
that.
realize. You don't even realize.
This whole time, I'm not even talking to him. He just wants to get his bars off. I get it. It's your show. But I wasn't even talking to him. I'm not caught up in my point. Is that the whole time I was not being even allowed to say my point. I let Battle Rap Trap say all. The moment I went to respond, I was cut off not only by Battle Rap Trap, but also by Sly. But now you telling me that I'm caught up in trying to. Yeah, I want to be able to articulate a point in full without being cut off. You niggas don't even know what journalistic integrity is. Battle Rap Trap don't, which is why he got offended. How you offended by something you don't know? So he's asking, what do you mean by that? Why niggas never do? If I was saying like y'all niggas remind me of the niggas that respond to that, the niggas that be on my Facebook page, assuming what I'm saying and not really having no clue about what I'm saying. You don't have to mediate that. Once he said he's not a journalist.
I agree. Look, you're so busy talking, you don't even realize I agree.
No, but I'm saying there's no
a major
need for
lack
back
of journalistic
and forth
integrity, right? There's the reason why. Hold on. The reason why there's a lack of journalistic integrity in battle rap. One, because niggas aren't journalists. Two, because journalists have to have journalistic integrity. Because if you say the wrong shit under certain companies' names, you can be sued.
It's liable. You be sued for it.
Niggas ain't suing niggas. I adhere to journalistic integrity. I adhere to that.
Huh?
So when I'm listening,
yes,
as a fan, as a media person myself, as a pioneer in media, that's what. Hold on. As a pioneer in media, when I'm listening to people in media, like as a pioneer in media, when I listen to it, that's what I'm listening for. I'm respecting the journalism. So I respect some of Battle Rap Trap's journalism because I was watching it. I respect it. But when you start doing certain things that lean too much on something, right, that lacks integrity in journalism. That is what I was saying, which is trying to educate.
So by me reporting on something that's
my point is, hold on, I got you, Trap. And
I
my
feel like Battle Rap
point
Trap
is,
was on defense most of that time.
My point is, I got
challenged and he was responding. That's what you're
yeah. My point is this.
You're speaking as someone who's not.
Why?
Right?
Why? Like every time this subject comes up, I have the same point. Why does it shock people that this happens? We know niggas are. Battle rap is the only fucking thing where a nigga can pick up a camera, get it on this YouTube, talk, and we consider it in media. You can't do it in sports. You can't do it in. You either have to be a part of it. You either have to be somebody who is.
This wasn't a valid point to me. I got it, but it's like this man considers himself media. So now you kind of like reducing his shit. I wasn't doing that though, but everyone got the smoke from me. All I said was that niggas lack journalistic integrity. All you did was say exactly what he said. So I feel like if I call you out on it, and once you say that, I don't have no other argument for you. If you're not a journalist and you don't adhere to it, cool. No one said you had to. I'm just saying, as a pioneer in media, professionalism and journalism was a part of it. Just because you didn't fuck with it, or you never was on the show, or whatever it was, you don't know about it, you never heard of it, you don't respect it. It was non-existent though. It's literally 4 years before Angry Fan Radio and 6 years before Champion. It was before its time. Professionalism and journalism. And I had to learn that you're right. Trying to be a professional and a journalist in battle rap when niggas is not professionals. Niggas don't give a fuck about being professional, which is why that whole debacle happened with the Woman of the Year, with the back and forth with me and some of them, because they were not professional. They were rude as fuck. And I didn't respect Jay Black not saying anything because I know, which is why I brought up the Pioneer shit. I feel that when Jay Black started Champion, he started it with those two things, professionalism and journalism. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So for you to allow people that you put in position to be completely unprofessional and blatantly lack journalistic integrity. They didn't even place the top girl battle rapper on the top list because of some bullshit. She fucking her man or some dumb shit. And you sat there and didn't say anything. That is a lack of journalistic integrity. When I know that you had that when you built it. Shit crazy.
In it and left, you either have to go to school, you have to have some type of credentials. I've seen niggas pick up a camera 2 weeks ago and be letting events called media. We was at Max Out Sly. Niggas was doing interviews off phones and all
That
types
was
of
mad
shit.
secret cameras out. That's a fact.
Yeah, and speaking of Max Out 5, I came up here because she was on here saying, "Oh, ARP called him out, this, that, and the other." But I was at Max Out. I'm going.
And I never said ARP called him out. I said ARP called out battle rap media. See, this nigga's such a petty nigga. The conversation was over once he already conceded to not being a journalist. I don't understand why it needed an additional half an hour.
I'll be at the next RBE event, so I'm confused on he don't mess with RBE or cover RBE. I'm there. I'm outside. I'm supporting these events. I don't always be seeing you there for you to be calling me compromised. I be covering this shit for real.
Like,
ARP incident, I brought that up. I was talking about NBS, not about you.
No, you did. You specifically said ARP called me out, and when ARP called me out, I did a blog.
Nigga. I said ARP called out.
You literally said.
I said ARP called out battle rap media, not battle rap trap, and I also went to that part to be like, this shit is like
saying my name. You literally.
Well, I apologize. I'm not doing that. I'm like, why is it vibration? My apologies. I said ARP called out media. And when he called out media, that's what I said, Sly. ARP called out media. Close the blog.
You said my name by name.
I said Sly because you gave all that emotion. What I mean? Y'all niggas is clowns, yo. You sat there and said I did say it. And I already caught the part where I did not say that. That's why I wanted to watch this for myself. Shit is retarded. This shit is like, yo, I want you to say my apologies. Like, I don't feel no kind of way. I said ARP called out media, not you, battle rap trap. I said that you're in that fold. Anyone who he called out, to me, the call out was calling out the compromise in media. That was the call out. Can we agree on that?
Nah, because I mean, you actually did say my name, and me and ARP actually addressed this when he.
Still on that. These niggas is used to being with petty bitches, yo. Still on that. Niggas don't give a fuck if you say, yo, my bad. That's not what I meant. Niggas will still go back to it.
She took it back.
Okay. I can't really hear it right now.
I called your name out. I did not mean to do that. Because ARP blog did not say battle rap.
I just muted it real quick.
He called out media and battle rap. If you are part of that, and you're in that. So ARP's blog was about media and battle rap, not battle rap trap. I was not talking about you specifically. I was talking about.
She apologized. She said it was a
okay, but not okay.
So to me, the point of that, since you're being so petty, the point of that is that to me, it is petty to me. It's petty. It's like low level shit. The point of that. What do you mean?
We're responding to your points, Rain. Rain, I'm responding to it.
And how ARP called out battle rap media, and in my opinion, the call out was calling out the compromise of battle rap media. That was the core of it. Yes, that was the correlation. So are we on the same page now?
Yeah, but
are we on the same page?
You can't do that because we were there.
I can't do what though?
You can't say we're not on the same page because we wasn't
on the same page.
Yeah, we remembered when you mentioned.
Are we on the same page about
we remembered? Yes.
Yeah, I blogged about that though. I did a blog about that too.
Yeah, we remembered when Henny Man had said it.
He called out the compromise of battle rap media. That was my point. So we're not going to act like what I'm saying is not valid. It's beyond valid.
I spoke on him calling out media. I spoke on all that though. That. It just don't apply to me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm lost, and no one's like
responded to it.
What? Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, you broke up. What'd you say?
It applies to whoever responded to it. I said that he was valid in calling it out because it's been happening for years. And I know I'm not bugging out and saying thing. I know I'm not going. I agree with his blog because I watched it. We all.
I think No Mercy. I think No Mercy had a valid point when he said that the game changed to where this is kind of what the fans want to hear. We got to remember, people doing this for views too. You know what I mean? It's a certain point where you realize, oh, we can actually talk about this and y'all care now. Okay, well, I got y'all then. But that wasn't always the case.
We were just talking about the battles.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it could get back to that because since it's been drama, it's been all drama. I can't even do a prediction. Niggas don't care about predictions no more.
Right.
I mean,
I didn't even realize you were there, Pimp. My bad. Yeah, okay.
I know you've been journalism.
All right, and that's an extra part that you talked about the journalistic integrity. That's 100%.
I'm in the comments, y'all. Salute.
All right, peace, salute, man. I appreciate you coming through. So he brought, that was what it was. But we showed up here to talk about we were talking about compromised media. That's where it started, and you brought up the point that people don't have journalistic integrity, and that's cool. That's fine. But the main core of this was the compromised media, and you brought up the fact you used.
Why is he acting like he don't understand that correlates?
Hold on, real quick.
You used compromised media. Compromised media is existing across the board. I'm a journalist. I deem myself I'm a journalist.
Okay.
So from that standpoint, I cover everything. Hip hop media. It's all a microcosm of all the same. The same shit going on in battle rap is going on in the world across the board. The lack of journalistic integrity is in all the media platforms.
Yes, of course. That's why there's a right media and a left. Yes, this is not saying anything different. Yeah, this is everywhere. Yeah.
All the top platforms are doing it. So when I say it, I know I'm not wrong to say what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's but that facet isn't everything. But we can just weed out and who to respect and not, like we've been doing. I don't respect. I respect the fact that he built his platform to where it is, but I'm not going to watch Jay Black for anything because I know he's URL heavy. So I don't want to watch that type. I leave that type
even
alone.
With that, right? See, here's my integrity. With that stereotype being placed on.
Right? That's it. Okay,
wait a minute.